No.
To another episode of Railroads Online. Well, I say episode, it's another live stream because I like to torture myself like this. Yes, it is me again. Hello, Brian, as well in the chat. Ben with more railroads, and I'm just setting up the train. Obviously, last episode we had some issues with getting up to the iron ore mine, but today we get there. I know we will because I've relayed the track a completely different way. So we'll be doing that today. We'll be taking some more stuff up to the iron ore mine so that we can actually get some iron ore. So I'm going to now unmute myself over in the Discord so that I can say hello to the people that have joined me. And we have with us today, we have Mr. Stu.
I like trains.
We have our favourite dispatcher, Scottish John.
Hello there.
And he is in the chat, but I don't know where he is at the moment. But we do also have Mr. Nicholas. I actually think he may have actually fallen asleep.
Just ping him relentlessly, I'm joking.
Ben, where's my engine?
What, Midway?
Yeah.
She should be on the turntable. Oh, well, not on the turntable, but she should be on one of the roads off the turntable. Is she not there?
Well, that's the problem. The draw distance is terrible.
Oh. Well, they were all there when I last checked, so... what ratio of beams to lumber do you do again?
One load lumber to 2 loads beams.
Okay. I haven't calculated this at all, but oh well. Yeah, it roughly works out, but I'm only taking 10 wagons up this time.
This is why I take 12.
Yeah, I know, but the other 10 are still up at the iron ore mine.
Should buy 4 more.
I will do eventually.
Alright, so I just let my sister know that there is no Glasgow Castle.
There is an Edinburgh Castle.
I'm going to ask her if she meant Edinburgh.
What?
My older sister and I were planning a trip.
But if you're going to Edinburgh Castle, there is a bit of naval history there.
I would highly recommend Edinburgh Castle. Oh, damn it. Anyway.
What?
So I've just looked up on loads.
Alright. I just asked her if she meant Edinburgh Castle.
She probably does, because Glasgow does not have a castle. Stirling's got a castle.
Yeah. But we have a list of places that we'd like to go in the Giant's Causeway.
Oh,
When are you planning on coming over?
Anytime after COVID ends. Well, once we
Like, what time of year do you think?
Maybe summer, I'm not sure.
If you're coming over in the summer, both Bo'ness and Strathspey should be open.
Alright. But,
So if you want some steam railway haulage, then Bo'ness and Strathspey are a must.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If we do come over in the summer, we're going to be going to Jacobite.
You mean the Jacobite?
Jacobite.
Yeah. Jacobite.
Yeah, that's usually Black 5 or K1. Well, that's usually a Black 5 or the K1.
Yeah, but I think that should have been a quite obvious hint of which wonderful little railway line.
I wouldn't say little. I mean...
Most beautiful, definitely.
Yeah.
Stu, do you want to share your screen?
I mean, nothing interesting is going on at the moment. I'm just turning the turntable.
Okay. Well, if you want, do you want to head on over towards this... Actually, no, there's... what do I need you to do?
Provided Midway is able to do it.
Right.
Okay, there's some flat wagons in the north yard, log flats. Do you want to go load them up?
Yeah, I can do that.
Let me check how much space is in the pond.
Well, how many logs are in the pond?
That is the good question. I mean, there is some loaded ones over in. Oh, there's 52 at the moment, so yeah, that should be enough.
That's more than half.
Yeah, I know. And there's 10 wagons.
If it gets down to about 35, I'd probably do another load.
Well, there's a load ready in the south yard, and then there's a bunch of empties in the. So if you want to run the empties to the logging camp.
So do you want me to go and run the empties up and then bring loaded ones back?
I think that would be a good idea, actually.
Yeah. Take the empties to the logging camp with Midway. Shunt them, like I said, shunt Midway into the. There's a little shunting yard there at the logging camp. And then what you can do is use the little porter I've left there because the turn is a bit tight for Midway, I think.
You'd be surprised.
I don't want to risk it. And that's why I put shunters there.
So, if we do get another engine...
Probably not for a long time.
Yeah, which is why I said...
Yeah, because we've got plenty of options.
Yeah.
And if anything, it'll probably be a Shay that'll be next when they come in.
Yeah, probably. And I might just get rid of the Climax because it's useless. Or I might use the Climax around the main yard as a shunter, I'm not sure yet. But when you do take the empties, could you let John know the numbers so he can fill in the movement sheet, please?
Right.
Okay. Because they're in the empties are in the main yard.
They're in the north yard, yes, the dispatch yard.
Why are they there and not at the pond?
Because I've only just bought them and I haven't moved them yet.
Okay, fair enough.
But I've got some loaded ones in the south yard that could also do come into the pond later on. If you, I don't know. I'm just using Caroline at the moment to load up the stake flats. Hello, Miss Flips. Hello's.
Oh, hello.
Who is? I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Zaranda? I think I've said that right. I have no idea. Let me know if I haven't.
Silver Flood said, "How goes it, you mad peeps?"
So far, so good. Better than last time. Yeah, we gotta line that properly.
The assets for Beta 6 of the hybrid iOS are
Hello,
still
Matt the
installing.
Game Train as well.
Yeah. And Zgrander said that was correct. I know I mispronounced that.
Zaranda, okay. No, I won't bother with a boxcar on this train, I can see.
Alright. My sister said no. She had Glasgow Castle in her notes.
Glasgow Castle does not exist.
Yeah.
People would
Because
assume there'd be a castle, but there's Glasgow Dock.
No, well, Glasgow may be Scotland's biggest city, but it does not have a castle. That's why Edinburgh's the capital.
Yeah, but I was about to say, like she said earlier, it was demolished in 1789.
That's probably why I don't know of it then.
Hello, Hunter. Oh, we could get out of the station, so Miss Flubbs. Don't worry about that one. We just couldn't make it up the hill, so I had to redo the hill.
Alright, so Edinburgh Vault. The only reason, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Steve, but the only reason why I want to go to the Edinburgh Vault is A, I'm a paranormal nerd.
Well, you've pronounced Edinburgh correctly, so I'll tell you that now. Because I've heard a lot of Americans pronounce it as Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh.
I know a story of a policeman in the UK that was stopped by a couple of tourists from America, and they went, "Hi, yeah, we're trying to find a Loughborough," and he's like, "What?"
Did he mean Loughborough?
Yeah, Loughborough. I've never heard of Loughborough. And they went, "That place," pointing to the sign, and he went, "Oh, you mean Loughborough?" Yeah, Loughborough. No.
No, Loughborough.
Yeah, it's the accents.
Yeah. Zaranda, well, I'm glad you could finally make a proper live episode. And yeah, so we had, it was double-headed, so it wasn't a power issue, we just kept derailing.
Yeah.
Right, so the empty log/pipe wagon's in the yard, yes? The one with the box car.
In the northern yard with the box car, and list the numbers off so John can put the onto the movement sheet, yes please.
Right, I'm just gonna keep an eye on Midway.
Yeah, I came on once and she started rolling away. Someone had turned the compressor off and the brakes came off.
This is why I keep the compressor on at all times.
I know. Just let you know. What we found, Zaranda, was because we were using the two Heislers, which were the most powerful engines in the game at the moment, it was literally just pulling them off the track.
Silver Flips lives in Scotland too.
Yes, I know she does. I've sent stuff out to her. She was a customer of mine at one point on another YouTube channel.
Right, let's solve that issue.
What issue would that be?
The wagons tried to roll away from me.
Oh yeah, there might not be brakes. I may have forgot to put the brakes on. I can't remember. No wait, I did put the brakes on. Huh. That's insulting. I lived there when I was younger. You shouldn't see what a mess they did to Bancory. I don't know if I pronounced that wrong. I do apologise. And yes, that curve got completely removed, and is now there is a new road altogether.
Yeah. I just got an email from Twitch.
Oh yes. You know what? I'm actually going to upload. Oh, hello. Ooh. Oh.
Hi.
Oh.
Hey.
What?
Wait, Ben, are you looking at the stream chat?
No, I was about to load up something. Oh, sweet. I got it right. How do I move around?
But yeah, Scottish. Anywhere else that you were thinking of possibly going to? Because if you go to Glasgow, I've got one museum that may interest you.
I'll have to open up Google Docs real quick.
F2. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. So
My sister and I were planning on visiting is Glenfinnan Viaduct, Stirling Castle, and the Wallace Memorial.
Stu,
National
Mm.
Museum of Scotland,
I'm
Craigmillar
gonna.
Castle,
Right, I'm just gonna come off.
Lammas Castle, and then from Edinburgh to York, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. In York, we're planning on seeing the NRM. Then from York to King's Cross,
Ooh. If you look at the. Sorry,
St.
John.
Paul's Cathedral, National History Museum, Imperial War Museum, British Museum, London Eye, Tower of London, Windsor Castle, HMS Belfast, Churchill Museum, and Cabinets War Rooms, Stonehenge, and Bovington. And then in West Sussex,
Bovington Tank Museum. I've driven past it. Not been in it though.
I've been in it. It's quite good. If you look at the stream for a second. Actually, I will change screens.
I see.
Screen share. They've got a new app on.
Oh, hey, someone's back.
Yeah, they've got a new app on the map, and you can actually fly around the map and see the track layout.
But in West Sussex, she and I are planning on going to the Bluebell Railway.
Bluebell's good when there's some interesting locos running.
Yes, I would agree with that one.
And then in Wales, we're planning on seeing the Clyn Railway.
Yeah. Wait, the narrow gauge is something I've still to go and see.
Cool. That's actually a cool little feature. That.
But yeah, it's Scottish for when you're up in my neck of the woods. If you go to Ocean Terminal, the Queen's Royal Yacht is sort of moored in harbour.
Righto.
As a museum.
Right, let's
show
you all my map.
So yeah, that's an option for you.
Oh, the Royal Yacht is really nice. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, Royal Yacht Britannia. Look, there's that. There's, if you're a fan of the Da Vinci Code, Rosslyn Chapel, which is not even 10-20 minutes on the bus away from me. Yeah, Edinburgh Castle, Bowness and Strathspey. Let's see.
There's a great transport museum in Glasgow as well.
Yeah, the Riverside Museum.
Right. So, just to let Xander know what I was talking about, I've completely rebuilt the track. So that's the old bridge there that we were trying to get up around this corner. And like I said, I've completely rebuilt it, and now I've also started a line up to the coal mine.
What cars are you taking?
Right, Scottish, you ready for the wagon numbers?
Right.
Do you want me to go back to front? So go in number order.
No, go from the front of the train to the rear of the train.
Front to back, okay.
Yes.
Give me a moment. Right, 118.
Should be fired up.
And I'm back. Just had to let my... I see that one, Ben.
Right.
What?
I see what you did.
Oh, sweet. Stuart's streaming, so what I can do now...
Alright, so... What the heck?
Yeah, so 118, 117.
Let's just put a break.
I see what you did though, Ben, with 117.
What? Oh yeah, John.
Yeah, Master Chief.
Of course. And since Stu is sharing his
one.
screen for us as well, I will put Stu in the corner.
Alright, like, do you mind...
120.
Is that after 117?
111 is after 112. It goes 118, 117, 112.
And then 111.
Then 111, 120, 119, 113, 116,
113, 116.
Nah, Xander,
and
this new track won't
114, and then zombie.
114?
And then 115.
15.
And Boxcar 505.
505. Bada bing boom bang. Alright, Alex is going to be on the stream later, he says.
Well, he's not touching my engine. And sod off.
Alright, Zarandra
Slugs
says, is it
what you
wrong
mean by
despite
zombie?
being American, I like the design.
If you play Call of Duty Zombies, you'll understand why 115 is a funny number.
Oh, okay. No,
Surrender says, is wrong despite being American, I like the designs and elegance of British steam logos, but I admire the design and the wrong strength of the American, but I still prefer more British designs. And then Alex says in the chat, American, boring.
Right, Stu, are you on the main line yet?
No, I'm just leaving the yard now.
Okay, I'm going to head up onto the turn and set the points for you to head towards the logging camp now.
Stu, where are you off to?
Camp.
So that is lock. And now to add in the date.
As for liking the British designs, well, no, you're not wrong, because the British designs are the best designs. Let's put it bluntly.
Oh, he's on his phone and it's messing with his chat typing.
No worries, don't worry about it.
Right. I'm coming out of the yard now.
Okay, the points should be set to run out the yard, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I had to go and set my own points to get into the sidings, though.
Yeah, sorry, that's my fault. Please stop, warrior.
I see
Yeah,
Betsy has been given some more trucks to pull.
Yes, I decided I was going to increase the monument for Betsy. Right, warrior is in the road is clear for number 14 to proceed to the logging camp. What do you think of the new trackage at the yard, anyway, Stu?
Interesting.
Is it better than what it was before?
I think it is.
One thing I can honestly say is that I really appreciate how authentic these logos look, actually.
Right, what I'm going to do for you all is I'm going to drop in the chat a link to a website that shows the map that I'm running on. So if you want to have a look, feel free. I can actually hear Stu's whistle. Oh, here comes Midway number 14 now.
We meet at Midway. Naval War.
So
I don't know
I
why,
need to
but
wait for
every
Stu to
time
pass anyway to set the points myself.
Every single time I just hear Midway, I am... just the song from Sabaton.
That's exactly why I named it.
You can also tell I'm a massive Sabaton fanboy when I just...
Are you as bad as me, though?
I have one of their hoodies from The Last Stand. And I absolutely love Bismarck.
No, but seriously, are you as bad as me, though?
Probably not.
Like, I have a very good majority of their albums. The only
No,
one
because I've taken the liberty, right, off my own back, because I was bored and I had nothing to do. I arranged each Sabaton song in order of events.
Really? You've put
Yes.
all the Sabaton songs into historical order.
All bar one.
And that one would be?
And that one is because that's because Joachim, the lead singer, could not remember what event it was specifically about. They know the subject matter, but they can't remember which battle it was about.
We've done so many songs about so many battles we cannot remember.
What's the name of the song?
It was... Hold on.
Right, Stu, just beware. I've set the point work to head off towards the coal mine and the iron ore mine, so just watch yourself as you head back to the
Right.
depot. I wasn't ready for this. Let's see if I can get up to the other
Right, and I'm just trying to figure out...
Thank you, Flubs. This has been a team effort, so...
Yeah.
I think it... Was it on Heroes?
The only songs I have in...
Only that much power. I've forgotten how powerful the mogul was.
So am I just leaving the wagons in the yard up here?
The only songs I have in...
If you want to, I mean, if you want to load them up,
Resistant Light and Hearts of Iron.
bring them to the shunt yard at the sawmill.
I think it was it Heroes? No, it wasn't. It might have been... Was it... It might have been Last Stand, then.
Oh, I think I know the song you're talking about. Camouflage.
No.
Damn it. I mean, darn it.
It's not Camouflage either. Coat of Arms.
Freedom or death.
No. It's not Coat of Arms either. Unbreakable, that's it.
Unbreakable. Which album?
Guerrilla, it's In the Art of War. Track 5.
I'll have to search it up because I don't actually have that album.
They had a particular guerrilla ambush in mind, but they have forgotten which one it was.
Power off.
Disc perfect. Might be in a metalizer.
Break it up.
Just to prove how sad I am, does anyone want me to list it off?
Yeah, go on then.
Right. The first two I've got is unofficially the first two I've got is 7734 and Kingdom Come.
Right.
Then it goes. Then it starts officially at Sparta.
This is Sparta.
Yeah, the Tale of 300. It goes that far back, Ben. It is the earliest by almost 1,000 years.
Jesus.
And also, I think it's the
the Battle of Thermopylae, the battle that the 300 fought, was in 480 BC.
Right. Quick interruption. Chat. this is an old road of mine that I decided to get rid of because it was too steep. Do I keep that metal bridge over there, or do I get rid of it? What do you think, guys? And you two as well. What do you think? Do I get rid of the metal bridge that's sat out in the middle of nowhere, or do I keep it?
Keep it as a monument to what was there.
Yeah.
Monument to all our sins. I'm gonna get rid of the rest of it though, because I do know over in one state in America there is actually a bridge that they built, a railway bridge that was built, and then it got knocked over by a tornado, and they just never. They cleaned up the stuff on the ground, but then just sort of left it there as a monument.
Yeah, second one is Swedish Pagans. I don't have an exact date for that one, but it's definitely in between that, the first one and the third one. Funnily enough, do you know what the third one is?
What?
Why?
Blood of Bannockburn.
Blood of Bannockburn.
Yeah, the Battle of Bannockburn was 1314.
Wow. Right, Wonderboy says, hello, we are relatively new to ARR. I would say that's as Railroads Online, and are not understanding how multiplayers can earn money. It's a bit confusing. Basically, they've got to run the trains themselves and unload and everything. Otherwise, they don't earn the money.
Sildor Flubs has said, I am now a fan of
Yeah, Sabaton's a heavy metal band that is obsessed with history, and I love it.
Same, I absolutely
after Blood of Bannockburn, it goes, well, this is two songs in one, really. Because they did a Swedish version and an English version.
Flubs wants to know if they can have a list of songs somewhere. You know what? I'll sort out a Sabaton chat list in the Discord later on, and I'll tag you when it's available. Don't worry about that one.
Well, I could do you one better, Ben.
Oh dear.
I could put the whole blood bleeding playlist in. I made a playlist of this, you know.
Well, yeah, we could do that as well, but
yeah.
Because I ain't stupid.
Rails of the world.
One of the
Callum.
I was doing was
I'll pop it in military history for the time being.
Yeah, alright then.
I literally made a playlist called Sabaton World War
In chronological order.
Oh wow.
Seriously, I called it Sabaton World War I Edition, and then I just started it from like.
Oh, just wait until you see. Just wait until I get to World War One, then you'll see how insane it gets.
Go on, then jump forward to World War One.
Well, there's actually not that much before World War One in the grand scheme of things.
Flubs wants to know whose giggle is that. It's wonderful.
That was mine.
That would be yours, John.
Right, let's push the boxcar away a bit.
Stu, did you really do that? Just Sabaton?
Yep.
Order.
I went and researched every single album that had a song about something to do with war, and I bleeding did it.
Oh my.
No!
Everything alright, Ben?
I got bored. This is the stuff I do when I'm bored.
Bugger. I put too much brake on, and now I've got a... What's it? At an angle.
I like the fact that it's all just there.
Yeah, but yeah, after right, because it goes Blood of Bannockburn, then Livgardet / the Royal Guard, basically the Swedish Royal Guard. Then you got the Last Stand.
Yeah, a ghost in the trenches, a devil dogs.
So I've been pulling the train with at least one brake that's 100%. Oops.
Yeah, do you want to know what's funny, Ben?
What?
The entirety of the Carolus Rex album is almost in one line, but there is one song that interrupts it.
Which one is that?
Winged Hussars.
If there's the wind that saws around,
Oh,
coming
Stu,
down that mountainside.
Yeah.
you've got an admirer.
Oh, do I now?
Yeah, Flubs likes your Scottish accent.
I've not. Well, then again, I usually get confused with somebody older. I mean, I'm 25 now, but I've been confused. Let's see, because when I was when I was in high school, I got asked if I was married, and I told them I was only 16, and they did not believe me.
Dude, this entire time I thought you were 30.
You're not the only person to say something like that. I got accused of being 40 once.
That's golden.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I got accused of being 40 once.
Right, I've definitely got a problem with re-railing. I can't seem to get the item on re-railing to turn around.
Like a...
You need to hold down one button to do it.
Which button?
Left click.
Yeah, I tried that and it just won't do it. It just won't turn.
You need to hold it. You don't tap it. You hold it.
I've tried that.
Oh, Flups is 52. What the heck?
Yeah, Stu, I'm clicking and holding it now and nothing's turning.
Playing funny buggers in.
It's never been able to do it for me. I wonder if... Stick it in.
Wait, Ben, is your... Oh my. I didn't even know that your tender was backwards.
Yeah, no, it's the re-rail tool. For some reason, it won't let me rotate it round. So what I'm going to have to do is re-rail it there like that.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
am...
not that far away from Stu.
And I'm just doing a shunt maneuver.
Pick up some mogul.
Right.
Turn the mogul round.
This could be seen as dangerous, but also as a smart move.
No! Tender, come back!
Oh no.
Run away.
I have a runaway tender.
But yeah, where was I? The whole Carolus Rex album broken up by Winged Hussars. The entirety of the Carolus Rex album is pretty much as is. And after Ruina Imperi, which is basically the end of the Swedish Empire, it then jumps from 1721 to 1877.
Oh god, she's got into the yard.
In terms of time frame. Because Ben,
Yeah.
the end of the Samurai Age was 1877.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. To put that into perspective, Japan had had its first railway for 5 years by this point.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding. I actually looked this up out of curiosity. And Japan's first railway opened in 1872.
The more you know.
Exactly. You don't think of this stuff until you actually look at it.
It is that, yeah, this is what I think. When you say a year and you just sort of brush it off and then you realise by that point Britain has...
It's not that long ago in history.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, Britain's pretty much fully industrialised at that point and steam engines are beginning to creep out and become a thing. And then you realise, like, you're talking about the 1500s in Japan. And then you realise the 1500s, we're already shooting ourselves with muskets and they're still running around with samurai swords and bows and arrows.
Yeah.
And you're like, huh, okay.
Yeah, and then they'll go from 1877 to 1879 with the Anglo-Zulu War.
Wow.
With Rorke's Drift.
Yeah, honestly, probably my favorite Sabaton song It's got to be the last stand.
I have a
Like,
feeling
I've got a few-
I've definitely fallen asleep on it.
Yeah.
1527.
Yeah, then after Rorke's Drift, we go into World War One. Now, there is a thing with there is a way I've done World War One, and it's actually quite clever.
How did you?
I've
do it?
used the history versions of each of the
Nice.
last album. So Future Warfare is first because it introduces World War One as a whole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aha. I've solved my
Right.
problem.
Meanwhile,
Right,
well,
and yeah, then it goes to Christmas truce for obvious reasons,
yeah, 1914 and whatnot.
and then we have Gallipoli.
Gallipoli.
And I actually found something a bit morbid about Gallipoli. We're watching a different documentary.
Go on.
There was a group of soldiers that never made it to Gallipoli
How?
because they had their own problems.
Quintin's Hill?
Mm-hmm. That troop train was bound for Liverpool, and those soldiers would have gone to Gallipoli.
Yes, I remember.
Wait, do you mean the?
They were screwed either way.
Hang on, what are you saying?
Stu, do you mean Clapham Junction, like the Clapham Junction accident?
No, Quinton's Hill.
Quintin's Hill.
Quinton's Hill. Right.
The
Right.
Clapham Junction disaster was the 1980s.
Right. My bad. My bad.
Right, and then after that is probably one of the most strangest events of World War One.
Attack of
besides-
the Dead Men.
Yeah, ever heard of the Attack of the Dead Men?
No.
Basically, Germany decided to gas a fortress they've been trying to take over for quite some time at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
The
By
soldiers,
Russian defenders.
because they tried several times to gas the place, but the weather conditions were not right for it. But the wind was just perfect enough for them to try it again, and it worked
Right.
to a certain degree.
But
The soldiers at the back trenches saw the gas coming, so they just they put on urine-soaked rags in order to block the gas from going into their lungs. It worked to a degree, but they still inhaled the poisonous
Yeah,
stuff.
they
Yeah.
did. So they were.
And then the Germans, in total of 7,000 Germans are now marching on this position.
right.
To their astonishment, they see around 100 Russians standing before them, emerging from the gas clouds,
So the phrase "don't mess
coughing
with
up
Russia"
their own... Coughing up... These Russians are, like, bloodied, coughing up bits of their own lung.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And
in
they're
Russian
talking of blood.
trenches, death comes for you.
Yeah. Yeah. The Russians are basically just coughing up blood and bits of their own lung at this point, and they're countercharging the Germans. The Germans think that the bleeding dead have risen, so they're running away in panic. Some of them trampled each other over, and some get caught in barbed wire.
That happened at the Battle of Waterloo as well in the Napoleon era, because they were on top. They were on two sides of a valley. When the French charged down and came up the other side, Wellington had actually kept a section of his army back and had laid them down on the other side of the hill. So when the French came over the top of the hill, suddenly this whole, like, 2 or 3 regiments of men just pop up out the grass. They'd seen some men retreat over the top of the hill as it was anyway, and of course they've just travelled over a load of dead bodies, and they're thinking, oh, we've got the British on the run, and suddenly these 2 and 3 regiments pop out of nowhere. They think the British had come back from the bleeding dead.
Yeah, the Russians won the Battle of the Auschwitz Fortress. That's the name of the fortress.
Auschwitz Fortress. And I think it's needless to say that whenever I'm playing a game that involves zombies, Attack of the Dead Men is usually first on the list. Especially when I'm playing Dead War. Then from one of the strangest to probably one of the most well-known people.
What? Red Baron?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
It's hard to believe he actually was a soldier originally. He then transferred to the German Air Force.
A lot of the Air Force were people that transferred over. Because they're like, we need volunteers for a special service. And the British soldiers are like, yeah, we'll do it. All the gentlemen that didn't want to be in, like officers and stuff that didn't want to be on the front. Yeah, we'll do it. Okay, we're going to call you the 20-seconders.
What?
Why? Oh, that's about as much time you're going to get in the air, mate. What have I volunteered for? Here's a biplane. Here's a map. Go fly over there.
Oh my. But excuse the way.
Yeah, so from then we go Red Baron to Last Dying Breath, which is the defense of Belgrade.
Hang on, John
Until
was
your
saying
last
something.
dying breath.
What were you saying, John?
The way I've organized my subcom playlist, I need to make it again. I organized it by when the events took place, so like 1914, 1915, 1916, etc.
I do it by date order. Exactly, date order.
Yeah.
You're sad.
I was bored and had nothing to do.
My brother was that once. He was bored at home one day alone. I was out, my mum and dad were out, so he just decided to clean the house. At 3 o'clock in the morning. And I
But yeah,
didn't mean a
after
light clean either, it was a deep clean.
after the defense of Belgrade, we go to one of the longest battles of World War One.
Well, yeah, Fields of Verdun.
Yeah, Verdun, 303 days.
Ow.
303 days.
A battle so intense that the British had to start their own battle to try and relieve the French.
Yeah. And the Russians, they had to start their own offensive early. The Brusilov offensive.
And then,
Well, the battle they started to help the French was a little battle known as the Battle of the Somme. The
Yeah.
bloodiest day in British history.
And also Newfoundland history.
and we'll get to the Somme after this next one.
We'll get to the
Yeah,
after this break.
Yeah, next probably one of the other most famous people from World War One, albeit not from the European theatre.
Go on.
Alvin York.
No, not from the European theatre. Ever heard of a man called Lawrence of Arabia?
Oh yeah, right.
Yes.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he went and
I was-
died on a bike crash.
Yeah, he died in a bike crash trying to avoid a tank at Bovington.
You think I'm joking?
No, genuinely, he did. He died in a bike crash.
I'm talking to John. One of the greatest generals of all time.
Yeah, and I'm just going
He crashed
to.
his bike.
Yeah, he's buried not far from Swanage, actually.
Okay.
I'm at Ben. In military history, I'm actually going to post something.
Right.
I want you to take a look-see at it because this guy is a freaking sniper.
1 minute. I'm trying to get the engine.
Просто снайперская винтовка.
Nope, he was Canadian, First Nations.
Yes, and I already know who he is, and we'll get to him later.
After this sponsor. After the sponsor's message.
Sponsor! No!
Raid Shadow Legend!
Raid Shadow Legends.
God.
Oh god, Ray is so annoying. Every time that sponsor
Yeah.
pops up, I just sort of roll my
No,
eyes.
there was one thing I saw on YouTube, because you know the community tab on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a channel I watch called Bedtime Stories.
Oh yeah, I watched them.
They put up a thing on their community tab saying that they'd received an offer to get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Right, but...
And they said that we at Bedtime Stories would rather perish along the lines of we'd rather die horrible deaths than advertise Raid Shadow Legends.
The thing is, a lot of the people are just doing it for the money, and someone looked into the game and they said, I'm not going to accept the sponsorship because it's actually kind of terrible.
Yeah.
And these people that say they're playing and all the guilds and everything, chances are they're no longer playing.
There's another app that I've seen advertised, but they just say things completely wrong. It's like, oh, I've got a tiger. That's a Sherman, you numpty.
Yeah. Like I said, they're given a script, and some people won't accept offers for sponsors if they're given a script. They're like, no, I want to say my own words. Oh yes, by the way, people that are watching this stream, at 10 o'clock tonight, there will be, so in just over 2 hours, so there's 2 hours left of the stream, I can tell you that much. A new episode is going live on my channel, Rusty's Passengers. Make sure to check that out. I will be there in the live chat for the premiere, so make sure you're there as well.
Right.
So yeah.
And I'm having trouble guessing where I need to stop.
Yeah, this is why I think this game's better played with like multiple people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I stopped perfect actually.
Ooh, that's a first. Right, this is actually the first time I've taken a mogul up this road.
Right. Yeah. After 7 Pillars of Wisdom, we've got Steel Commanders, the more recent one.
What do you mean the more recent one?
It was one of the more recent songs that they actually released.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like the 2 different versions of the song.
No, no, it's the one that they more recently released. Then we got,
Yeah.
I think 4 for Passchendaele alone,
Yeah, Price of a Mile.
but
Macabo.
2 of them are the exact same song, except it was re-recorded more recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Because you've got, yeah, you got Great War, The Price of a Mile, and Angels Calling twice. And I'll tell you now, I like the pre-recorded one a lot better.
Okay.
I'm actually going to post...
Mainly because they got Apocalyptica in for it.
Yeah, but I'm going to post something in it's basically by Simple History, like covering sections of World War One.
Oh, Simple History.
Yeah.
I like
Like
Oversimplified. He's quite good.
Yeah.
Here we go, people.
But the
Over
guy,
past the
Simple History,
waterfall.
like, he does pretty good stuff.
Right, after Angels Calling, Ghost in the Trenches.
Pekimagabo.
Yeah, surprisingly, he's actually native Canadian.
Yeah.
And he's probably got one of the highest kill counts of World War One,
Yeah.
if not the highest.
Yeah.
Then it goes Devil Dogs, and this one is technically, I'll count this as 1. Lost Battalion and its predecessor.
Oh, I watched the
Yeah.
film about Lost Battalion.
Yeah, there was Lost Battalion. It's interesting to think about. They actually got surrounded because they pushed up too far.
Yeah, and then
and
they
got
held
cut
on
off.
despite everything.
No, I watched that film. It's a good film, actually.
Yeah. Diary of an Unknown Soldier and Lost Battalion. Then you got 82nd all the way.
Yeah.
Is anyone still watching this? Are you still in the chat, people?
I'm still watching it.
I know you are, but I'm talking to some people in the chat.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out if I've stopped in the right place again.
Probably not.
Alright, screw
I'll
it.
try it anyway.
I'm just going to post the whole playlist in military history.
No worries, man.
Yep, I stopped. Yeah, it's close enough. Right, yeah, that 82nd all the way. The end of the war to end all wars.
Well, there's the old
And
supports
then
for the old bridge.
going by
Right.
Tom McRae.
On this.
In Flanders.
Now,
Right.
there are 3 or 4 songs, depending on which way I've put the playlist, between World War One and World War Two. Now, Far From the Fame can fit either after World War One or World War Two, depending on how you look at it.
Right.
Because, do you know of someone called Karol Janoschek?
No?
He was a Czechoslovakian air marshal.
Right.
Alright.
He commanded Czechoslovakian pilots during Battle of Britain.
Okay.
Alright.
And when he returned to his homeland, do you know what happened to him?
What?
Arrested?
The Russians arrested him.
Oh, right.
Yes, because by that point it was the Soviet bloc, wasn't it?
But that wasn't the only thing they did.
Go on.
They killed him.
They stripped all of his military honours from him as well.
Oh, lovely. I didn't. Hang on. If he had military honours from the UK, how could a Russian strip their honours? Because
He fought because he fought in World War One as a soldier.
against the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So any honours he had from Czechoslovakia, he lost them.
He lost all of his military honours, even the ones that Britain gave him. They took him up. They took away from him.
Oh, lovely. Oh, so they took the physical medals away.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And not only that, the Nazis killed his wife.
Oh, nice. That's nice of them, isn't it?
And he died pretty poor. Locked away in, just under house arrest.
I hate
And only
sometimes.
and only more recently was his military honours re-put back onto him.
Oh, Xander.
But-
Xander. Working on a 3D print project of a more RWS accurate Ertl scale A1 Pacific with an LNER Group standard tender. So, oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I've got a 3D printer, Surrender, so you'll have to let me know how that goes, because I might print a few things off myself if you make some Ertl models.
Right. Right. Next one, Purple Heart.
Yeah.
I actually had to look up when the first Purple Heart was actually issued, and it wasn't until 1932.
So that's definitely pre-World War II then.
Yeah. Then the next two are the next one is pretty bloody obvious if I tell you Beer Hole Putsch.
Oh, the beer hole push, yeah.
Well, Hitler's rise to power even.
And his failed attempt at Rise of Power at that point.
Well, it basically his full-on rise to power.
So the song
And
about
then
his highlight.
then the Wehrmacht.
Yeah.
And then after the Wehrmacht, which was formed in 1935, we jumped straight into the Battle of Windsor.
Oh yeah,
Battle
song
of
that made
Battle of Windsor, 40-1.
Baptized in fire.
No, I don't know that one.
41. It's a pretty good.
It is probably the most well-known Sabaton song if you live in Poland.
Oh, is this the invasion of Poland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had to check this one as well, but I wasn't entirely sure. But I put Firestorm in next
Yeah.
because apparently the first corporate bombing was in September of 1939.
Okay. Well, we've made it up to the iron ore mine anyway.
Stu,
With a motor.
didn't if I recall at the lyrics, they said something like M16s.
Well,
Something
for
like that.
Purple Heart,
Yeah.
I go off of when it was first issued, not if it's about Vietnam or not.
Right.
Still the heart of the brave, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Right, then the next one, right, I'm gonna need to change that one because, well, I'm not entirely sure because because this one could go in any order, really.
Why?
Ever heard of the Winter War?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The Russian
With,
invasion of Finland.
Yeah, well,
No, hiya.
well, they've got three in there. We've got Talvisota, which is Finnish for Winter
White Death,
War.
That's his name.
We've got White Death, and we got Soldier of Three Armies.
Yeah. Like, I was doing some research on Timo Haya, and he died first.
He only died in 2002.
2002, yeah. Like, that was...
And he was in his 90s.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I was born February 14th, 2002.
Christ, you're young!
Yeah, I'm
2002.
19.
Jesus. Now you're making me feel old.
Well, that wasn't my purpose, but for all intents and purposes, he essentially died a month after I was born. 2
Lily's
months.
basis in World Nor'Wester's model. What is a real life model?
Who?
Lily. It's an M7.
London Southwestern O2 tank. But from
Yeah,
what
I
I've
just
seen
said
with the
that.
model, actually, Ben, she's got another white hooter.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, what's her real life basis? I can't remember.
LSWR O2 tank.
Yeah, is there like a class name or is that it?
It's the London Southwestern O2 tank.
Oh, okay.
That's I think.
Some were sent to the Isle of Wight, as you probably know.
Only one was
Calborn is one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, Calborn is the only one preserved.
And oddly enough, one of the ones that was sent to the Isle of Wight worked on Lyme Regis.
Okay.
And if you know anything about Lyme Regis, the Adams radials ruled the roost there for ages.
Ah.
It took them to modify the track before they were replaced. And you know what replaced them?
Why?
Ivets.
I've got 2 MTs?
2 MT tanks.
Right. But yeah. Like, I still need to do some more. What? 41242. Like, where 41242 is stationed throughout her.
Oh, I can find that out.
years. Right, thank you, Stu.
41212.
Yeah, because
41212, Ivet 2MT. Oh, it was all over the place.
holy shoot. So Arthur,
Pick a year.
1955?
Let's see. Reallocated to Warrington Dalham in 55. From Bangor.
Right, who gets the reference with this little engine then? It's Puffer.
Ah.
Right. After Winter War.
242 was scrapped in 1965, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, after 55. After Winter War. The invasion of France. Someone asked me who the first Tour de France winner was. Apparently the 5th Panzer Division wasn't the correct answer.
I can imagine a young Stu just chilling out in like college. Who won the first Tour de France races?
It's your
The
5th
first
Panzer Division. 9.
Like a one-man Panzer Division! Hans, did you get the Panzerfaust? Nein, I brought the Panzer Division.
I've seen that video on YouTube and it's freaking hilarious. Hans, I see the enemy Panzers get the Panzerfaust. I'm Bach. Did you bring the Panzerfaust?
Nein, I brought the Panzer Division.
Where'd you put the racist kid in the maths class? On the far right.
As a bunch of Panzers just casually roll.
Oh, we're going
And then
to hell.
Well, then again, do you think Hitler wasn't really going Heil? He was actually heiling for a cab. Either that or he was saying take the Third Reich.
Right, let's stop with the Nazi jokes now.
Right. Anyway, back on track. After Ghost Division, Resist and Bite.
We will resist.
Do you know what's an interesting thing about Resist and Bite?
Go on.
Yeah, the Chasseur Ardennes.
Well, the battle itself, anyway. The battle itself, Ben, the Belgians were told to defend their post at all costs.
Right.
Which they proceeded to do.
Yeah, Chasseur Ardennes.
That was before their phone lines were severed.
Okay.
And a new order that came in, which they never received, was retreat.
Oops.
Yeah, so basically they were following an order that was old.
Yeah.
That's one
Like,
of the problems with the Battle of the Somme was the time between an order being given and it getting to the front.
But
One second, Zaranda. What you got to remember with this game currently is that the porter.
it's in early access.
It's early access, and the porters are your starting class. And I've gone the wrong way.
And they are OP.
They're very OP. Yes, and I've just gone the wrong bleeding way.
Anyway, yeah, and when the Germans captured the Belgians, asking the Belgians, where are the rest of your men? Some of them laughed in their face.
Men? What men?
No, what you're talking about? We're all you were fighting.
Please have cleared
Yeah.
the points. Please have cleared the points.
Yeah, let's see. Resistant by Aces in Exile. I don't think I need to explain that one, do I?
Yeah, you don't. Foreign pilots in Battle of Britain.
Yeah, foreign pilots in Battle of Britain.
Yes.
I actually looked up the amount of foreign pilots in the Battle of Britain.
You'd be surprised.
There were Americans fighting.
Yeah, some Americans. Even though
America wasn't even in the war at this point.
Yeah, even though America wasn't in the war, they did allow some of their pilots to go off and fight, but they
Ireland was the same.
Yeah, but
Ireland remained neutral throughout all of World War II.
Yes, but I'm sure there was a caveat for them going over as well.
I'm just going to post the unit that
Please be on the right line. Please be
Stu
on the
was
right
talking
line.
about.
Yeah, I'm on the right line.
Like the Belgian
Yeah,
unit.
there was a lot of foreign pilots in Battle of Britain. Albeit Polish, Czechoslovakia, Canadian, South African. Yeah, so Aces in Exile. Probably the man who had the most unfair death, in my opinion.
How do you have
Who?
an unfair death?
This man was accused of treason
Oh, okay, that'd be unfair.
when he did no such thing.
Wait, what?
Do you know what this man did, Ben?
Go on.
He willingly had himself captured to get taken to Auschwitz.
What?
He willingly went in.
What's his name?
Witold Pilecki went into Auschwitz on his own accord to record what was going on in there, only to escape and tell the Allies what the Germans were up to.
Didn't they also not believe him as well?
No, they
No,
did.
don't
No, he had reports and everything. This was a different man. You're thinking of You're thinking of the Spaniard that was being tried to get become a double agent.
Oh no, that guy that actually. Yeah, no, I know that one.
No, but Witold actually went and got reports and things.
Oh.
He even fought to defend Poland against the Germans after he escaped.
Sweet. No, the Spaniard you're talking about, he got a Medal of Honor from the UK, can't remember which one it was, and the Iron Cross from Germany in World War II.
Victoria Cross.
I don't think it was the Victoria Cross.
George Cross, possibly.
I can't remember. But anyway, he turned to the Brit and went, I want to be a spy for you over in Germany. And they went, don't be silly. So he then went about and hired his own 27 agents, or something like that, who were being bankrolled by the Germans, because he convinced the Germans he was going to be a spy for them. And they were like, yes, we'll have that. So he was then feeding the Germans the wrong information. And they never realised. And when big fleet movements out like Liverpool or something happened, and the Germans said to him, well, hang on a second, how did you not know this? We could have found this out quite easily before they left. What the hell? We were relying on your guy in Liverpool. And he went, oh, that guy in Liverpool, yeah, he got ill the day before the fleet left. So I didn't know anything about this fleet movement because he couldn't report on it. And they went, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he gets better. And he was like, oh, yeah, hopefully he'll get better. And then he took it that far that he actually turned to the Germans and went, yeah, that agent in Liverpool, yeah, you're not getting anything else from him anymore. He's dead. Oh, we're so sorry to hear that. Yeah, his widow's absolutely devastated. And they're like, you know what, because he's been feeding us information, the German said, here's compensation to his widow.
That's quite impressive, actually.
This agent in Liverpool never existed. This widow in Liverpool never existed. He made it all up. And when the British
kept the money.
And when the British found out he was feeding the Germans false information, they finally hired him on. They were like, yeah, come on then. And so he started feeding the information from the Germans back to the British. Because the Germans were going, right, we're going to be in this area on this day. Could you tell us anything? And they went, oh, yeah, there's going to be this way.
The Germans are being stupid again.
His misguidance was that good that leading up on the day of D-Day, he was able to convince the Germans to move their forces somewhere else, even during the invasion.
I think some of them were I think he told them a bit further north or a bit elsewhere. Oh, yeah, but the key factor for D-Day, I think, was because Rommel wasn't there.
Yeah,
that was part. Yes,
he was celebrating his wife's birthday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was also part of the reason D-Day went so well, because Rommel was miles away. But the thing is as well, if Rommel had been there, he'd said, right, if they're going to invade, it's going to be at this point here, and nobody believed him. And also the fact that leading up, they also used a dead body as a decoy.
Yeah.
So they dressed up.
Are you sure it was for D-Day? Because I specifically remember that was for Italy.
Actually, it might have been Italy.
That was Italy. They found a homeless guy in, like, I don't know, Cardiff or something. After he died.
No,
they dressed him up in a naval officer's uniform.
Gave him false orders.
Yeah, with false papers saying they were going to invade Greece. The Spaniards picked up this dead body, fed this info to the Germans, and the Germans moved their forces out of Italy to Greece, thinking that's where they were going. Even when the British and Americans were invading Greece Italy at this point, the Germans were still adamant they were going to Greece.
Is that be decoy? No, that's not a decoy, that's the full
force. It's not a decoy, that's an invasion force!
Oh dear.
Yeah, but one of the things that the Allies did was before D-Day they spread this elaborate web of lies saying, okay, we're going to invade here, no, we're...
Yeah, they kept changing the position that they were going to.
Yeah, and eventually I think they just settled on, yeah, we're going to Calais. And the Germans fell hook, line, and sinker for it.
Yeah,
so
like I said,
hard, in fact.
Hitler was adamant as well that there was an invasion coming, which he was right, so he ordered them to hold back panzer divisions.
Yeah.
The problem was he held them back too far and spread them out too thin. So when they did finally realise where the invasion was happening...
it was too late to stop it.
It was too late to stop it, and also... A little force called the SAS had just been in and destroyed a load of the railroad connections and roads and everything, and was stopping.
Plus, the paratroopers as well.
Yeah.
I read airborne.
I read a book recently about one of the SAS patrols that went in on the lead up to D-Day, and they went to this railroad line that they had to destroy to cut off the beaches. And their orders were to find any ammo dumps that were in the area. And when they found the railroad, they actually found this ammo dump. And they couldn't believe their eyes, because it was so poorly guarded they were able to walk round and wire up this ammo dump with all the explosives and not meet a single German. There was like one little guard hut that, and I think when they were midway through putting the explosives out, this guy pops out the hut to go for the toilet and then disappears inside the hut again. And if he'd just walked an extra 3 feet, he would have tripped over one of the British lads. So yeah, unfortunately they got...
How massive was the explosion?
Oh, it was big. It was very big. Not the world's biggest, of course, and I'm having massive lag. Why am I having lag now? That break off. But yeah, it was... They took out the railway track, and as they were running off, the ammo dump went up, and they could feel... They were like half a mile to a mile away, and they could feel the heat on their backs from this ammo dump going up.
Holy cow. Kaboom.
Right, because where was I? Inmate 4859. Then we have coat of arms, or for the Greco-Italian War, or as I like to call it, Laugh at Italy incident.
Laugh at Italy incident?
Yeah, because it's Mussolini in charge at that time, because he was bloody useless.
Yeah, Mussolini.
Yeah, but one of the funniest things is that
Because Italy got pushed back that far, they had to call Hitler to go and bail him out.
Yeah, they captured Mussolini, so Hitler then went and rescued him, and then Mussolini got captured again, and him and his wife got shot and strung up in an Italian square somewhere, and Hitler got that paranoid that was going to happen to him, he shot himself.
I think that was in 43, but
no, this is towards the end of the war.
Yeah. I
I
meant
think
Mussolini.
Mussolini died days before Hitler did.
Yeah,
like on the Sepaton video, someone was chatting about it, and someone said in that comment, Hitler, how is the invasion of Greece going? Hitler.
You mean the defense? No, it's the Mussolini to his armies. How's the invasion of Greece going? Oh, you mean the defense of Albania? It's going pretty terrible.
What?
The what?
Yeah, but I thought it was like a Hitler talking to
No, it was Mussolini asking his forces how it was going.
I'll have to try and find that comment thread again. Because,
what?
I could have sworn it was Hitler that said it.
No, it was Mussolini.
Either way.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Either way, moving on.
Yeah.
And then almost 7 months to the day after the invasion of Italy, an important sinking.
Right, Mr. John.
Bismarck. Yes?
Could you add on the movement sheet for me, please?
Sure.
Right, so 1 second. Saranda's asked, is it possible to build a roundhouse or sheds for your engines? At the moment,
Not yet.
Sort of, I would say, is the answer, because people are building stuff out of the groundwork and options that we currently, like the track, the bridges, and the groundwork we currently have in game. Yeah. I tried, I failed, I ain't doing that at the moment. But there are physical shed models coming in soon. So
Hopefully.
Yeah, right. My movement now, Mr. John.
Right.
Will be...
Will it be from the iron ore mine to the freight depot?
Yes. So 202.
202.
204.
204.
207.
207.
201.
201.
218.
218?
Yep. 205.
205.
210.
210.
206.
206.
208.
208.
209.
209.
Yeah, I'm going to be stopping in section because I'm going to start building the coal mine extension as well while I'm at it.
Right, good idea.
While I'm up this way. Could you also make sure you've added Stu's movement from the logging camp to the sawmill? If he has.
Right.
I'm not even at the sawmill yet. I'm still up here.
So I saw your screen. I saw you shunting. I was thinking, oh, he's at the sawmill.
No, I was moving the loaded ones into the yard so I could go top up on water.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I'm going to be stopping somewhere to deal with the coal mine extension.
But Stu, you were saying the sinking of the...
Yeah, Bismarck is after that because that happened in 1941.
I still find it a bit hard to believe that video...
It came out in 2019.
Yeah, but it's essentially a massive ad for World of Warships.
Much like Steel Commander is an advert for World of Tanks.
Yeah.
Hey, if they get sponsored by them, why not?
I mean, it was bloody well done.
Yeah. Like, they basically made a very good, an already very good German ship into essentially just a freaking masterpiece.
One of the problems you've got to remember with the Bismarck was her cannons were that powerful when they first fired them, it knocked off the rear radar dish.
Holy.
So the rear targeting radar thing that sits above the cannons, they fired her cannons and it actually knocked it off into the sea. And then they put AA guns on top, like machine guns, on top of AA cannons, and when they were firing, the guys on the machine guns couldn't see because of all the flash and smoke from the cannons. And then their minimum engagement height was just higher than the minimum flying height of the Swordfish. So the Swordfish was able to approach the Bismarck under her AA fire. So that's one of the problems with Bismarck, was her AA. They thought, oh, nobody's going to come in at near water level, so they designed the guns to have a slight incline as their minimum height. And it was just enough for the Swordfish and the Royal Navy Fleet Air Arm to get underneath their AA guns.
And it didn't help that the anti-air guns on Bismarck had two settings, and neither of them could compensate for how slow the Swordfish was.
Yeah, there's that one as well.
Because they were trained for what was about 80 miles an hour and like 100 and something. The Swordfish can only do 90.
Yeah, and it can fly really, really slow and low. That's why one of the reasons the Royal Navy stuck to biplanes, because they could take off from their aircraft carriers at quite a slow speed, so they didn't need catapults.
Swordfish can go quite slow, but they can move when they want to.
Yeah. Biplanes are incredibly manoeuvrable planes. That's why in like World War I footage and films, you see them pulling some really, really tight turns.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the Red Baron was so good, because like he...
Oh yeah, he knew how to fly a plane.
And he was already very, very good.
Yeah. That's why they called him the Red Baron and the Flying Circus. Would
you want to know why his squadron was all
brightly coloured? Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to know why they were all that brightly coloured?
Go on then.
It was so they could tell who got a kill.
Oh, fair enough.
Genuinely, because there would be arguments about who got a kill. So if you had your plane like just in a different way from someone else, then you would know it was you.
Yeah, that was the thing. I remember there was a film once about World War I pilots. They had to have a second pilot confirm the kill, otherwise it wouldn't.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, so you had to see it either go down or hit the ground, or if it went down near your base, have someone actually go out and find the aircraft. Otherwise, you couldn't confirm the kill.
Or if you're above friendly trenches.
Yeah. So unless they saw the wreckage or they saw the plane go down, and a second pilot saw it, they couldn't confirm the kill.
Kill unconfirmed.
Yes. That's why they say, like, oh yes, he had confirmed kills. Well, that means he shot down someone shot down that many planes.
Yeah, because Red Baron's had, from what I recall, 80 confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah, 80 confirmed.
In the hell that is aerial combat, if you're out on your own, you could make up your number.
Because I think someone actually got shot down by the Red Baron twice.
Well, there's still arguments to this day about who shot the Red Baron down. The Australians say it was them because they had a gunner on the ground, and the British say
there's 3 candidates of who shot him down. Any of them could have done it.
I think they even tried to exhume his body as well to check where the bullet hole was, but they couldn't find anything because it didn't hit bone.
I think from what they said, it hit him like... It kind of tumbled after it hit his plane and hit him in the ribs.
Yeah, and they can't tell what angle it came out at.
But what they can tell is it was a 303 cartridge.
So likely...
So that does narrow it down to the British Commonwealth.
Yeah.
But again, you've got the Aussies on the ground with the Lewis gun going rat-a-tat-a-tat. There's the Red Baron flew in low, which is
and the one who was strafing Red Baron
from behind. Yeah, and that was his fatal mistake. He flew low. Red Baron never flew low, but for some reason that day he flew low and got shot to hell.
Well, in fairness, the Red Baron wasn't himself after he got shot down the first time.
Oh yeah, there is that one.
He got shot in the head.
Oh, sound like a Private Sid Godley then. He got shot in the head and...
Yeah, he got shot in the head and survived. He wasn't the same after that.
I think I know my set of points.
Right, after Bismarck is probably one of the most controversial topics of World War II.
What?
What? Oh, there it is.
Execution of a certain race.
Oh, the Holocaust.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. Then comes one of them, another more recent one, but this isn't a Sabaton song originally.
Oh.
This one was by a guy called Radio Topak.
That name rings a bell, but go on.
This man is the one that has been covering Sabaton songs in Russian.
Okay.
And he's the one that Sabaton actually had cover Attack of the Dead Men and have it released before the original Attack of the Dead Men.
Okay. And also, hello Daniel Shunter.
I mean, they thought it's Russian topic, so why not have him do it?
Seems fair enough to me.
Didn't they also, Surrender says, didn't they also say that after Red Baron was injured, he got a bit more boastful and showboaty?
He definitely wasn't the same after he got shot down.
Right.
I would probably say he got showboaty, yeah.
I mean, I'm honestly quite surprised that nobody's covered the gas attacks at Ypres in 1915. Ypres.
Yeah,
Whatever. Because basically what happened was some of the French soldiers there actually retreated because they were so terrified of the gas. So there was this massive hole in the left flank. The Canadians went in to cover it. 3 days of what was essentially fighting, or 2, I don't really remember, nor do I care. But what happened was the British went away to get reinforcements, and the Canadians held the line 3 days under heavy gas and attacks.
Okay. I've not heard
Like,
that one.
at one point they actually retreated to a village, one of the Canadian expeditionary force units actually retreated to a village called St. However the heck you pronounce that.
Send it in military history. I'm
But
sure Stu would
I'm,
know.
yeah, I'm going to find the article on it and free.
But after defense of Moscow, Ben, do you know anything about Convoy 92?
First Battle of Ypres. No.
Convoy
I'm looking
92
for the second battle.
was that one of the most devastating ones?
Yeah, well, I say that Convoy 92, I mean the attack on Convoy 92.
Yeah, wasn't that one of the most devastating attacks on the merchant?
Second Battle of Ypres.
Yeah, but who did it?
Germans, weren't it?
What specific part of the Kriegsmarine?
U-boat.
The wolf packs.
Ah.
I actually took the liberty of looking into the U-boats mentioned in Wolfpack, and I found out something absolutely hilarious.
Go on.
What?
Because there's 4 U-boats mentioned: U-569, U-94, U-406, and U-124. Most of them were pretty normal. Just attacked a few things, got sunk eventually. U-124 I found the most hilarious.
Go on.
Because it was sunk by a, it was sunk by a British ship. It was sunk by a British ship off the coast of Portugal.
Okay.
But it's the ship that sunk it I find absolutely hilarious.
Go on.
It was sunk by the Tier 1 British ship in World of Warships.
Oh, okay.
It was sunk by the Black Swan.
Yeah.
A U-boat that scored 4 kills in 2 approaches is sunk by a sloop.
Yeah,
Yeah, Daniel, that's
So,
because Stu's quite a loud
gas
person.
attack site, Ypres, there is a 6-kilometer gap in the French front, completely left unattended. The German infantry followed well behind the cloud.
Hey, Gabe Wilson. Just to remind everyone, this stream will be finishing at 10 to 10 because at 10 o'clock there is a new video going live over on my YouTube channel. How'd that go? Is that a Mr. Nick I hear?
Yes.
Ah, hello, welcome. Late to the party.
Yes.
Did you fall asleep?
Nah, a wee little bit.
Thought so.
Wee little bit, eh?
It was mentioned that you were in the chat, then that you've probably fallen asleep.
Yeah.
Oops.
Because we are midstream.
Alright.
Got the mogul up to the iron ore mine. Oh, hey, Flubs is back.
But yeah, I've posted that link into military.
Actually, John,
Yeah?
do us a favour, mate.
Sure.
Change my destination from freight depot to coal mine.
Sure.
So I'm gonna, instead of leaving this train all the way back here, I'm gonna take it with me, and then I'll just turn around when I'm up here.
Alright. Guys. CM, coal mine. Gotcha.
How are you, Mr. Nick? Anyway,
Yeah, I'm alright.
sweet. Where are you spawned in at the moment?
I don't think he even knows.
Watch as he's right beside 5-6.
Well, no, I took 5v6 back to the freight depot, so
I know, I was joking.
Oh, fine, because I'm at the freight depot.
say that again.
I'm at the freight depot.
Okay.
Hey,
Well, I've
Not
just
that way.
taken some. I'm taking some flats up north to the iron ore mine. Stu's running.
I've moved from the camp to the pond.
To the sawmill.
Yeah, the pond. The log pond.
Yeah. Anyhow, back onto the topic of.
Well, I was just going to say,
history
Nick, I'm just letting know. Nick, hang on a sec, John. So, Nick, there's some loaded flats up at the iron ore mine. If you want to take the Heisler up that way, and you can unload those and start loading the coal hoppers if you want.
Oh gosh, excuse me. I'm not sure. I might pass actually. Not being rude, of course.
No worries.
Just seems I'm a wee bit tired.
Oh, you've just woken up.
Oh yeah, I've woken up again.
You sound terrible, to be honest.
Shut up.
No, that wasn't meant to be a bad thing.
Yeah, it's alright.
I'm just trying to find where the rest of the track is actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of a buzz. People of Benn stream, I am dreadfully
Okay,
sorry,
it's
but
doing that weird thing again.
What weird
What?
thing? What, where you can't unload it?
Yeah.
Oh bugger.
But anyway, I'll see all the y'alls
Alright.
around, I suppose.
Alright,
Dad
Nick,
just
see you
gave me a
later.
heart attack.
I apologise for everyone watching Ben's stream, but don't worry, I will be back for another one. Hopefully, not
there
so
it is.
tired I'm yawning every
Well,
20.
hopefully the next stream will be next Saturday.
Yes.
As a heads up. I hear a cat.
I'm not sure, but can you guys hear my cat meowing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, give it.
Well, he's a loud whiny boy.
No, I'm going to put a metal bridge in. Actually, no, wood. Put wood.
Right. See you most on the flip side.
See you, Nick.
Take care.
You too. Get some sleep.
Anyhow, back to the topic of history and stuff.
Yeah, back to
Yeah. So we went from Wolfpack to one of the most unusual units of World War II.
Go on.
Ever heard of the 588th Night Bomber Regiment?
Oh, tonight.
Right, 1 second. I just need to answer the chat. So, Flubs, the reason I lost, because I've got two tracks that are going to merge into one in a moment, so I needed to find the other end. And,
On.
what kind of cat is that, John? Flubs wants to
A
know.
black cat.
Oh, okay, just black
Like,
cat.
his name is Harry.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Like my awesome stepmom,
Potter!
a fan of Harry Potter. So
Okay.
that was where the name came from.
Okay,
We've
sweet.
had him since he was essentially a little baby.
Aww. Theatre
Can
Flubs.
I actually post a... I hope you don't mind if I post a... Actually.
Oh, of course not.
Alright, since I have no clue where the heck to post it,
Put it random.
sure. Like he was just a little baby. Like, picture comes from 2016 and I've...
Yeah, I'll check it in a minute after stream.
Like, seriously, I can't bring myself to get rid of...
No. Cats. I like cats, but I got dogs.
Yeah.
You have Huskies.
I have huskies.
But still, he's just an little... In that picture, he was just an little baby. Plus, he's, pretty quiet.
I can't unload
Doesn't
these.
cause trouble.
Like, there's 3 wagons I can't unload.
And I've just dropped myself in. Damn it.
Right.
I have a problem.
Yeah, it's playing funny buggers again.
Anyhow, back to
Come
this
on.
game again.
Just shunt them to one side and I'll grab them later.
Or do you just want me to leave them at the pond?
I'll leave them at the pond or whatever. I'm not fussed at the moment.
I mean, they're not in the way if they're at the pond.
Yeah. Right, stand to one side so I don't get stuck in the trestle again. Right, where's that other bit of, there's that other bit of track work.
Excuse me, Mr. Benn.
Yes.
No, I was trying to do my best impression of...
Oh, there. What I'm going to
Nick's
do
the only one
there.
that can do a good impression of 506.
Well, it's just,
Excuse me,
it's
Mr.
506 is just literally just Toad.
Yeah. Toad. Like, it was just so funny, like, in that stream, just seeing... just seeing Toad roll around the corner.
Thing is, it's lived up to its name since when I've been using it as well.
Ow.
Yeah, I've had issues with him as well. So it really has lived up to its name. That should be enough there. So.
But anyway, you want to know something that I find
Go on.
about the Night Witches?
What?
They essentially fought throughout World War II when Russia was invaded, and they never once was retreated to being paraded and given honors like every other Russian.
Who was this?
The Night Witches. Like, that's something that really...
It was an all-female night bomber regiment.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and it really, really infuriates that was allowed to happen. Like, if
No.
they fought.
Ben, you'll probably be wondering why they got the nickname Night Witches. Besides the...
Night?
Because, well, not just that.
It
It was the way they did their bombing tactic.
Oh god, here we
Because
go.
what they had was, like, old canvas-winged trainer aircraft. That was all they were given.
Go on.
What they would do is they would get up to, like, get close to their target and turn the engines off.
Ah, I think I've heard of this one.
So the Germans couldn't hear them coming.
Then they would just drop.
And then as soon as they were close enough and right over their target, the bombs would go, and then all you would hear in the aftermath was just a cackle of laughter from up above.
Yeah, I heard of these guys, yeah.
Like, that is top quality gold
Like
right
that,
there.
it was. I'd say that was psychological warfare as well, because then you'd think that the supernatural was after you.
It is.
There is another military unit.
Hans, don't be so silly. There's not such things as witches. Bang, 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 bang. You for saying?
You were saying, Hans? You were saying?
Don't say anything, Hans. Don't say anything.
There was another World War II unit. It was a joint commando unit. The first Special Service Force. The Germans nicknamed them Black Devils.
Okay.
Literally. Like, they
And
were
after
Zander's put, scary when women have more kahunas than men.
right, and after Night Witches, I don't think I need to explain anything. But what did I name my engine?
Midway.
Mm-hmm.
Midway.
Midway, one of the very few, the song that I play whenever I play aircraft carrier on one of the warships.
Yeah.
Because it is a bomb run day.
And his story peeps wouldn't believe you.
Right, and after Midway, Saboteur? No, not Saboteur, it's Stalingrad.
There's actually a bloke called Tick. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's done a series on the Battle of Stalingrad. It's up to 30 episodes.
Yeah, it just shows you how much Stalingrad how much fighting at Stalingrad there actually was.
Yeah. I'm actually going to bring up a...
Yeah.
I'm actually going to bring up the...
A what?
The Wikipedia page on the First Special Service Force. Because, holy cow, it is freaking incredible.
Tell you what, there's some brave people in the war.
After Stalingrad, Saboteurs.
Right, that's
And
that way connected. I've just gotta go
Yeah,
back.
Saboteurs was the sabotage of the Norwegian heavy water plant.
Ah. The one that, that mission that upset people on Battlefield 5.
Yeah, it's DICE. They love rewriting history too much. Sniper Elite does it a little.
Yeah, but even Vanguard's rewritten history.
Yeah.
They've rewritten history too much as well, because how the hell have Japan got German weapons?
Yeah.
I mean, they almost did, but it wasn't infantry weapons.
Just don't. Let's just not ask. Vanguard is just.
Vanguard is just ridiculously stupid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna bother with Vanguard this year.
Neither
not.
am I.
I'm not even going to bother with any of the main.
I didn't even bother with Infinite Warfare when it dropped. I bought a cheap copy just to see what it was like afterwards.
I actually kind of like it.
And do you want to know what surprised me?
What?
I was expecting just the copy of Infinite Warfare.
Oh, you got the copy with Call of Duty?
I got the copy that was packaged with Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah, I got that from my staff shop, and I actually, like I said, I actually really enjoyed Infinite Warfare.
I was pleasantly surprised. I liked some bits of it. Some of it, I just didn't play the multiplayer.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Hold up, my sister's calling me.
In fact, the last Call of Duty multiplayer that I last went out of my way to play was Black Ops 3.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even then, it wasn't much, because Black Ops 3, I was mostly in for the zombies.
Zombies.
I mean, that's all about the Season Pass for, was to get the zombies mode.
No, fair enough. At least you know what you liked.
And the zombies mode actually had a few improvements over the last few occasions. I mean, three hit down before jug compared to 2 normally. I'm happy with that change.
Yes, Flubs, we're talking about gaming. Sorry.
And then Black Ops 4 went and ruined it.
I didn't play 4.
You're not missing much. There's no campaign.
Oh, it was that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. So yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. Then after Saboteurs, Panzerkampf. Battle of Curse. Then a song that doesn't sound like a Sabaton song when you actually listen to it.
How does it not sound like a Sabaton song?
Because it's not like heavy metal bassy. It's more of a ballad.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, fittingly, it's called Ballad of Bull.
Okay.
Because Leslie Bull Allen, he rescued 12 Americans when he was at Tambu,
Ah, okay.
and he was awarded the Bronze Star for it.
Good man.
Let's see, what else is there? Battle of the Bull, no bullets fly.
As for the radius of the curve, nah, I think it'd be fine. I've got Stiegler
Ben, have you heard
elsewhere.
of the Stiegler-Brown incident?
Stiegler Brown? No, I don't think I have.
Where a Luftwaffe pilot did not shoot down a bomber.
Oh, he guided it back to English shores, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have heard of that one.
But that's not where the story ends.
Go on.
Charlie Brown, repeated this story countless times after the war.
Yeah.
And the Luftwaffe pilot that had escorted him back was still alive.
Oh, was he?
They became very close friends after that.
Aww.
Yeah, in like 1950.
And I think they died like months apart.
Aww. That's
Holy
cute.
cow.
It gets better. There was a guy told his mother to listen to the song,
Yeah.
and his mother couldn't believe it.
Why?
Do you know why?
Go on.
Why?
Because his mother was Stigler's daughter.
What?
Franz Stigler's daughter had actually listened to the song and actually went to see Sabaton in concert afterwards, and they actually met the band for it.
Aww.
Like, genuinely, you can't make this up. Right, after no bullets fly...
So, hang
Unions
on. We've got a question. Flubs wants to know why the pilot guided the bomber back.
I think he,
It was more of an honour thing, because
Yeah,
the
but,
bomber wasn't shooting back at him,
Hadn't he
which
also
he
ran
thought
out of
was a bit
bullets?
strange. No, the bomber didn't run out of bullets. It was
No.
the fact that the bomber was that badly damaged,
Ah, okay.
yeah, because, if I
and
recall
most of the
correctly,
crew were injured.
yeah.
Most of them couldn't fight back.
There was
But,
also...
Because he thought, this is a bit strange, I'm not being shot at, what's wrong here? He then flew alongside and it was full of holes.
Yeah,
And
they,
only one engine was working.
they were lost as well, weren't they?
No, they knew their way back.
But may I please
But-
explain something? I think, if I recall correctly, Stigler's CO in Africa had said if you shoot down a man in a parachute, that
Yeah, it was more of a case of he saw the bomber as a parachute, basically.
yeah,
Yeah, you weren't allowed to shoot down
Because you
pilots.
can't, because as an honour among airmen, you do not shoot at a parachuting airman. And if you
Yeah.
do, you will get ridiculed for it.
Yeah, because it's effectively shooting a surrendered man, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. He's already been through enough. You don't need to add insult to injury.
yeah. There was a
Unless you were the Japanese.
Well, yeah, but there was an
Yeah.
They
American.
did all sorts.
Yeah, there was an American. If I remember correctly, there was an American airman as well who shot down a plane while in a parachute.
yeah, with a 45.
He pulled out his M1911.
Yeah,
There's actually a theory as to how he actually managed it.
Shot the guy in the head.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that he managed to shoot him in the head is one thing to
While
question.
the plane was moving.
Because how did he get it through the glass of the cockpit?
That cockpit glass is
They
actually.
actually suspect that the pilot had actually had his cockpit open
Ah.
and was looking at him.
So it was essentially just a mess.
Yeah, because
And
I
my
do
sister
think the
told me-
Japanese flew quite often without their with their cockpits open. They didn't bother closing them.
Yeah, after no bullets fly is Union / Slopes of St. Benedict, depending on how you look at it. Battle of Monte Cassino. Now, Battle of Monte Cassino had one interesting soldier at it. On a different note.
Go on.
Ben, have you heard of someone called Wojciech?
Actually, yes, I had a guy at work at my last place of work called Vorchak.
No, this isn't a person I'm referring to.
Is it a place?
No,
Go on.
Syrian brown bear.
Oh! Hello, Thomas Cresswell. I think there was a yes. I know Vorchek the Bear.
Yeah, he lived out the rest of his days after World War II in Edinburgh Zoo.
Yes, I remember now. Right,
there's a few statues for him. There's one in Edinburgh Gardens actually.
Okay.
John, if you're in Edinburgh, there is a memorial to Wojciech in Princess Street Gardens if you want to go and have a look at it.
Right. Are you back at the sawmill? Did you say?
I'm at the sawmill now. Yeah.
Right. What's your plan after this?
Probably light engine back to the yard.
Okay. Unless you want to head up and unload the wagons at the iron ore mine.
What, and head up tender first?
Well, there is a turntable.
Well, I could just head up tender first. It would save me turning around.
Yeah. Okay then. Just watch the point work after the waterfall. There's 2 sets of points. The second one will be against you.
Something I would kind of like to bring up, some weird battles in history. Yeah, the Battle of Castle Itta, actually.
Oh, is that where the Germans and the Americans?
I was going to get to that one later. Get to that one later.
All right.
After Slopes of St. Benedict to hell and back.
We have
Audie Murphy.
Yeah, Audie Murphy.
Then Primo Victoria.
Primo Victoria.
What's that one then?
Or Operation Overlord, if you prefer.
Oh, that was Overlord.
D-Day.
D-Day, yeah.
Uprising.
44. Yeah. Like, you can tell how much of this.
Yeah, Uprising, Ben, is Warsaw.
Yeah, the Warsaw Uprising and
yeah.
own stand. Like, they were pretty desperate, I'm not.
Then we got Screaming Eagles.
Crack of the lightning splitting the ground.
No, that was the Battle of Bastogne.
Yeah, but the song is called Screaming Eagles.
Yeah, because the 101st Airborne came into Bastogne to reinforce the army that was already there.
Wait, I thought the 101st.
But do you want to know something funny about the Battle of Bastogne, Ben?
One minute, guys. 1 minute. So, Zaranda question: are there plans for passenger work for the game? I remember about the caboose being added soon, but nothing on passenger possibilities. Yes, they are planning passenger services.
Don't know how it's going to be implemented, though.
I reckon there'll be a new map.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll just end up connecting the 2 maps.
Don't know. Or there'll be an update to the map to. Or it'll just be like a display piece or something. I don't know. But I have heard there is plans for passengers. And yes, the cabooses are being added at some point, as well as sheds and signs.
Signage, yeah.
Yeah, but Ben, do you want to know something funny about the Battle of Bastogne?
Hang on a second. Yes, we have heard about number 9 being pulled from retirement. Sorry, Stu. I need to keep up with the chat, mate.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, carry on. Bastogne.
When the Germans offered the Americans the chance to surrender,
Nuts.
The American commander sent a one-word surrender back to the Germans.
No.
Nuts. The Germans interpreted it as I think in their words, "Go to hell." But yeah, they got relieved eventually.
Yeah.
Then we have the smoking snakes.
I remember there was, going back to World War I for a second, there was an American regiment showed up and a Scottish sergeant major issued them some orders on, like, training on the new current tactics of World War I. Because, you know, just marching across the fields wasn't effective, so they were like, yeah, don't do that anymore.
Just move down.
Yeah, so the American officer stood up and said, "All right, thanks to this Sergeant Major for that. But obviously these tactics aren't working, so we're going to go use the tactics we know. We're going to win this war." Half the regiment didn't come back from their first battle.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Ben, do you know of the smoking snakes?
No.
Would it surprise you to know that the Brazilians actually took part in the European theatre?
That would actually.
I thought it was Italy.
The Brazilian expeditionary force were known as the Smoking Snakes.
Okay, go on.
And it was due to a saying in amongst themselves before they were sent into battle. It is more likely for a cobra to smoke a pipe than for the Brazilian expeditionary force to go and see action.
Okay.
And that became their symbol.
Did you also know about
a cobra smoking a cigar?
Did you also know about the Thailand occupation of Germany?
No.
So post World War One, right? Everyone's getting involved. I think it was World War One, and Thailand is a pretty young country, and they want to be taken as they're independent and everything, and they want to be taken as a serious force. So they send off their own expeditionary force. Unfortunately, by the time they get there, Flying Tree, the war's pretty much over, and the French, they're given a French liaison officer, and of course none of them speak English, none of them speak French, so that doesn't go down too well. But the troops, because of course it's still the days of the empires and of colonialism and everything, the troops believe this is just some force that an empire has sent them because they're coloured.
It was in Italy. Like the 3 Brazilian soldiers.
Yeah, the three Brazilian heroes is what was on their grave.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so this force was sent and was being trained up, and they couldn't see any battle because they kept being trained up, and the officers thought it, like I said, it was just some colonial force that had been sent, not an independent nation, so they kept getting held back. So when the war was over and everyone's actually it might have been World War II, actually I can't remember, when they were splitting up Germany and everything, as a sign of respect, this Thai force was given a town in Germany, and it didn't go down too well. I'll see if I can find the video and link it into military history. I was a bit tired when I watched it, so I can't quite remember the full story.
After the 2 days after the battle, the Brazilian expeditionary force held off several hundred Germans.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was only 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 of them.
That held off a whole battalion of Germans.
Jesus.
2 days after, the Battle of Berlin begins.
Oh, please.
Yeah, Terror Dominatus.
Terror Dominatus. Berlin is burned.
And from what I recall, Sabaton actually performed the Terror Dominatus in Berlin.
Oops.
Well, it went down pretty well actually, because it was a dark time in Germany's history, and they don't really care.
Oh yeah, there is that one.
Then Hearts of Iron.
Yeah, basically a 12th.
That one, Ben, is actually the German 12th and 9th armies trying to surrender to the Americans
And,
after fighting the Russians.
And they were busy getting people out of Berlin.
Yeah, that's what got Himmler in trouble with Hitler, was he was trying to find a way of surrendering to the Allies instead of to the Russians, because none of the German officers wanted to surrender to the Russians because they'd all communism.
You blame them?
No, not really.
Yeah, I can't blame him whatsoever. Like, if I were in his position.
But when Hitler found out that Himmler was trying to surrender the entire Germany to the Allies,
He had him executed.
No. He told him. Well, he ordered his arrest and everything, but he managed to get away. And then the British got a hold of him. And if I remember correctly as well, that's what then started causing confusion about who was to be the Führer after Hitler died.
Yeah.
Because Himmler was meant to be the guy that took over from Hitler. And he
Because Hess had already handed himself over.
Hess had already flown to Scotland, yes. And that's why Dönitz became the officer that surrendered to the Allies, because Himmler was pretty much sacked.
Indisposed.
Well, he was sacked at that point.
Right, so after Hearts of Iron, the last battle, which is, as we've already heard, Castle Itter.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, the German Wehrmacht and the US Army versus the SS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Like, if I recall correctly,
Well, from what I remember, what went wrong was several weak bridges, resulting in only one tank showing up at the castle.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
When there was a whole column of them to begin with.
Didn't he also take a shortcut as well or something?
I have no idea.
I can't remember.
Then we have nuclear attack. I don't think I need to explain that one.
Nope.
Yeah.
Then we have the post-war stuff. First one is Light in the Black. The UN peacekeeping forces.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They went well, Charlottesville.
Then we have Into the Fire, which is napalm in Vietnam.
The flame of napalm strike.
Right, so then Counter-Strike, which Ben, do you know much about the 6-Day War?
That was Israel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Super
Israel's
humiliating.
traitorous neighbors tried to invade Israel.
Yeah.
Oh boy, did they
Jordan,
fail
Syria,
miserably.
and
And I can tell you part of the reason why they failed miserably. Because they had tanks from World War II.
Yep.
Israel had ex-British stuff post-war.
Yep.
And yeah, that didn't quite go well for Egypt, Syria, and Jordan.
Yes, because
The war had to come to an end because somebody attacked a US ship.
Oops.
I think
And
it
America was like, okay, can we calm it down now? You've had your fun.
Yeah, they saw what happened when the Japanese woke the sleeping giant. It went, oops. Yes, we don't. We
yeah.
don't want a meeting with the sun. Thank you very much.
Now, Thunder Gods is an interesting one.
I've never actually listened to that one.
Apparently, according to what I've read, it's about the A-10 Warthog.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be the A-10 Thunderbolt.
Well,
That is the
that is the Warthog. A-10 Thunderbolt or Warthog, depending on what you prefer to call it.
I think the Thunderbolt is the A-10-1, and then the A-10-2 is the Warthog. It had
Either works.
It had an upgrade.
And now here's a song that is banned. Now we have the song that's banned in Argentina.
Falklands?
Yup.
How do I guess? The time the Argentinians went.
Well,
"We're
it's not.
having this-"
It's not the fact that it's been banned in Argentina. Sabaton just refused to perform it because they could get the same treatment as what happened with Top Gear.
Wait, what happened?
They got kicked out.
They got pretty much chased out of Argentina for what was it, FLK 82 or something on the registration plate.
Yeah, the Argentinians don't like you mentioning the Falkland War because
Even though they keep bringing it up occasionally.
Well, did you hear? I think it was on the lead up to the London 2012 Olympics. Argentinian got into a bit of trouble for one of their promotional videos for one of their athletes or for the games, because it had an athlete doing a like a what's it, a Rocky Balboa moment, running up a set of steps and throwing his arms up and everything. And it happened to be on the memorial, and everyone's like, okay. That memorial turned out to be the Falklands War Memorial on the Falklands Islands. And the British were like, why did you film this on our land? And the Argentinians went, it's not your land, it's our land. And they went, 82 says otherwise.
Do you know what? Do you know why Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands?
Yes, it dates back to something like the 1500s or the 1600s.
No, it was a lot more recent than that.
Oh, okay. 1700s?
The Falklands held a referendum to basically say, do you want to stay part of Britain or do you want to go back to Argentina?
Right, no. So you're missing a large part of the history off there.
Well, that's what kicked it off. That
was one of the catalysts. Basically, the Spanish colonized Argentina. That's why the Argentinian language is very similar to the Spanish, because it's an old Spanish colony.
Or if you live in a certain part of Argentina, it's Welsh.
Okay. And
true story.
So the Spanish colonized the Falklands first. And then the British came along and went, we like this island, we're having it. And the Spanish just went, well, you can't, because we've got a colony. The British went, we'll talk to the Royal Navy and our guns. And so the British ended up taking the Falklands from the Spanish. Yeah. And of course, at the time, Argentina was its own country, and they sort of saw the Falklands as their own. So it was very much a case of, well, hang on a second, that's our land, and the British just went, no, it's not. It's ours.
No, it's mine now.
I see it. Did you have a flag? So the Argentinians for years were going, we want our land back, and the British were just going, don't recognise it, sorry, don't recognise your claim. And like I said, the UN and the
NATO, probably.
NATO and the League of Nations, all throughout history.
Well, League of Nations was long gone by then.
No. This was also a problem that was brought up, I think, during the League of Nations time, and they all saw it as British land, and they were like, "No, mate, it's British." And the British just sort of fobbed off the Argentinians and were like, "Yes, sorry, mate." Yeah, it is a bit like Gibraltar, actually. Flubsy said it's a bit like Gibraltar. Because the Spanish keep going, we want Gibraltar back, and the British go, no, mate, it's ours.
There was an actual thing recently with Gibraltar. It was to do with the Euro qualifiers for, I think it was 2016.
It was also, I think Brexit was also...
Well, no, it was to do with, because they have certain rules that if there's two nations with conflicting politics, they don't put them in the same group.
Okay.
And every single possible outcome that they could have had, every single one got drawn in the same group, so they had to be moved.
But yeah,
Spain and Gibraltar were two of them.
Oops. But yeah, anyway, so for about 20 years on the lead up to the invasion of the Falklands, Argentina and Britain were actually negotiating, and they couldn't come to an agreement. Sounds familiar. Brexit. And so this is going backwards and forwards. This is going backwards and forwards for 20 years. And it got to the point where the British just turned around and went, well, why don't we ask the Falklands what they want? And the Falklands went, well, look, Union Jack. We like the Union Jack. And the Argentinians went, we don't recognise this vote. Oh, look, suddenly our military's landed on the island. And the British went, are you having a laugh? Take them off. No. Take them off. No. Oh, look, the Royal Navy's just showed up.
Okay, then speak to the Royal Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
What's this? The Royal Navy and the paratroopers are off the coast of the Falklands, and we've just sank one of your battleships. Are you sure you want to keep the island?
Do you want to know what's funny?
Why?
One of the ships that was sunk during the Falklands War was a cruiser. This cruiser, I think, was known by the name of Nueva de Julio.
That's the one I've just mentioned. Yes, it was.
Yeah, but it was also known as USS Phoenix.
The Americans have sold it to
The
the
Japanese failed to sink this ship several times.
Yeah.
The Royal Navy have just gone, okay, my turn.
Yeah, the Americans went, we don't need this outdated piece of rubbish, and the Argentinians went, we'll have it, and the British went, not for long. And there's actually a bit of controversy over that because they put a zone of engagement around the Falkland Islands.
And they suspect it was outside.
Yeah, and this was agreed on by both sides. They said, right, anything within this ring, this area, is effectively free reign. And the Argentinians went, yes, of course. And the British submarine that sank the ship was like, well, it was in the engagement zone. And the Argentinians went, no, it's not. And because it, if I remember correctly, the way it sank as well, it drifted forward into the engagement zone.
Oh my.
So when they found, I don't
So
know.
it technically was, technically wasn't.
No, this is where the controversy starts because the wreck is in the engagement zone, and the Argentinians went, ah yes, but the first blast happened over there, just outside it, and the British went, no, you were in the engagement zone. And the Argentinians went, no, we're not, and they were like, yeah, you are. So that's where the controversy around that one comes from because they can't quite agree where this ship was, and because the wreck is within the engagement zone, the people that were dealing with this afterwards just sort of went, well, the evidence points to the British being right.
It's me, Fizzaroli.
Oh, Alex is here.
Yeah. And also, I came a little bit earlier for the stream instead of me just constantly being late.
Well,
Midway is mine. Sod off.
you've
So
got.
I heard you guys.
Yeah, I've got
So
some bad
I
news
was-
for you, Alex. Though
What?
I might be ending this stream at 10 to 10 because I got a video going live at 10 o'clock.
Why? We can just still stream while.
I might do actually. Actually,
Yeah,
I'll leave it up. Leave it up. People in the chat, do you want me to carry on the stream during the premiere, or do you want me to stop the stream?
Well,
Let me know.
you can continue if you want, but I'll need to go off at about 10 o'clock.
Okay.
My comment.
I'll need to take tablets and things and get ready for bed.
Okay.
And I've seen you guys been talking about Sabaton for some reason.
Yeah, back to that topic.
Yep.
After the controversy that is syncarg.exe,
What?
Hill 3234.
Hill. When was it? Hill. What now?
And
3234. Basically, Russians in Afghanistan.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the battle of
Yeah, that mess.
But it says it was a Soviet victory.
Yeah, it was a complete mess. The whole campaign, not that battle. The whole campaign was a complete mess.
What do you mean, like the entire Soviet campaign?
Yeah, because they ended up pulling out, didn't they?
Yeah, well, look who supplied them. Look who. Oh wait, let's see who supplied the Afghan people. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. CIA.
Yeah. The CIA.
We have a weapons
potentially-
pack. No.
The CIA potentially funded. Oh, I don't know. The Taliban.
Yeah, you know, look at the saviors of the world, everybody. A bunch of people that, who drove planes into... Not gonna go into that.
Let's not go into that one. But yes, I have heard rumor that.
Okay, your grandfather was... Okay, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, I have heard
Okay.
rumor that the Taliban was funded by the CIA to fight the Russians.
And also-
That
Also, someone needs to pick me up. I'm at the smelters. I need
No.
a ride.
No.
Well,
Yeah, you-
Stuart is up at doing shunting up at the iron ore mine, and I'm heading off towards the coal mine. So follow the.
Yeah,
track.
well, I'm not gonna walk. What is this? I thought we had I'll just wait at the steel smelters, okay?
mainline gravity train.
No.
Because I need somebody. Okay, let's check. CIA funded Taliban, or check it out.
Anyway, we'll leave that there.
Yeah,
Reign
that-
of Terror, Operation Desert Storm.
My dad was involved in that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna leave it at that.
Highway of certain something naughty word.
Then there's the war crimes in the Yugoslav wars.
Ooh, who doesn't love a little bit of NATO bombings?
Chechnya as well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Do you know the meme video that going around known as "Remove Kebab"?
Yeah, no, that's an
Or
old video.
Or is it properly known? God is a Serb.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know
Yeah.
the guy on the the guy on the accordion.
Yeah.
He was convicted for war crimes.
Yeah, and he like later said he regretted, like in the context of the video that he did.
Right, let's just calm it down a little bit.
And also,
Yeah, then
you know what?
then we
No,
have,
Stu. Remember, during the Yugoslav wars, there was like an armored train with like an Hellcat on it.
I don't know.
Yeah, there actually was like this armored train during the Yugoslav war with an World War II era Hellcat on it.
Wow.
Well, that was puffing along.
Well,
Except it wasn't puffing; it was a diesel. So.
yeah,
Right.
then we have more terrorism, and then the latest one is actually Panzer Battalion,
Death in the shape
Oh,
of
we got a comment from
and that's it.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Zaranda.
Xandara?
Zaranda.
Okay. As an American, tired of hearing, we know our government is corrupt and stupid. We don't need to constant reminders. It's sad sometimes.
Let's not get overly political now, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's get World War II now.
No, just past World War II. You missed that bit.
Okay. So what's your opinion? Because soon we're gonna get a movie called Narvik. That's gonna be about...
Battle of Narvik.
Yeah, it's gonna be... And it's called... And the movie's called Hitler's First Defeat, because it actually was.
Right.
Because, you know,
Right,
we don't... you know...
Okay, I'm putting a stop to
Okay,
the war
we'll leave
chat.
it there.
I'm putting a stop
What?
to the war chat now.
Aw, boo.
Not
Look like
boo.
somebody's the real...
Oh, S-160s.
Anywho.
S-160s.
That's 100s.
S200. You gotta be smart now. We're literally gonna say wait a minute, S18.
Well, here's the thing: the S-200s did exist. They were what,
Yeah.
Mikados?
Yeah, there were men sent for World War II during
I think
British.
Turkish got them.
No, actually, they were like meant for like the British Army using the Middle East. Then later,
The Turkish got them.
yeah, the Turkish got them.
I actually quite like the design of the...
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no, you aren't completely right, Stu, okay? So apparently, some of them got sent to, it says here, at least 85 S-200 operated in the Middle East, including Egypt, Palestine, Lebanon. Some were sent, some were supplied to Turkey, some later were entered service in Italy, and 30 of them were donated from the United Nations to China in the 50s. So yes, they worked.
Much like ex-Caledonian Railway Robinson 04s
Wow.
were sent to China without tenders.
Wait, what?
Hey, you can have this. What are these? Hey, have these engines that we're not giving you the tenders. Bye.
Yeah, Robinson. There were some Robinson 04s sent to China. Well, sold to China without tenders.
How do you sell an engine to a country without tenders?
I know.
Because the LMS were greedy.
We're not
They
giving you the tenders.
They kept the tenders because they held more coal and water than a standard Fowler. That's why they kept the tenders. Because there's. Let me go. I'll go get you a picture.
Can I at least for me? I'm saying this how the LMS is just trolling China. This
No,
is like
I'll get you a picture that shows you my point. Because some ex-Great Central tenders ended up behind Clawtons.
I can just see like we're not get. I can like they're trying. I can no.
One of the Clawtons that was later rebuilt had a GC tender up behind it.
It's just like an ROD, or was it like an OF?
Yeah, it was an XROD. It was XROD.
Okay, I'm gonna check if there are any. Like...
I'm gonna try and find the picture of it because it's kind of hard to find.
No, all I found is like one. No, that's.
Well, I found a picture.
Well, I found.
It illustrates
me as well.
the point.
Okay.
I'll pop it in real railway discussion.
I can just.
There you go.
Yeah,
Robinson
I can just.
tender.
I can just like.
There's the picture I was looking for. Why is it tiny?
Because it's baby.
No,
I
the
can just
picture's
imagine.
bleeding tiny.
Okay, this is how I imagine it. Like the LMS is just selling these engines to like China, right? And it's like, you aren't getting the tenders. We need them. Goodbye.
Just
It's just
guys,
like the
guys, can I just say, be careful with how loud you're talking, because you're actually causing people to have headaches.
I apologise that my voice sounds like a foghorn.
Okay.
I have turned the volume down. I have turned volumes down a little bit on stream and stuff like that. Just keep an eye out, okay?
Yeah. But also, can somebody please still pick me up?
No, because we're nowhere near.
Why?
Because
Man, this is a rotten railway. I'm taking the bus.
well, the fact that I'm heading off towards the coal mine.
Trying to find one.
Yeah, the fact I'm heading off to the coal mine and Stu's up at the iron ore mine, you're gonna have to sort yourself out.
Can I like hike? Oh wait, I can't do that. There's like only like 3 engines running at the moment. What am I supposed to do then?
And there are no engines nearby to you, so you're out of luck, good sir.
Okay, let's check.
You're on your own.
Am I? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. No. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's the. No, let's check. For me, that almost it's kind of like interesting for me, like you know, World War II locomotives. Like the D-51s. You know the Soviet Union ended up using some of those. Yeah, I know that. And that's like you know, like on Heroes, smoke deflectors. That's where they're from. It's from the Soviet, like captured.
Yeah, because the ones that the Russians got, I believe they were from an island that the Japanese had abandoned.
It was on.
Hang on,
Sakhalin.
we've got a question.
What?
I will say this: why does the RWS Soda and its people and places say Gordon is an linear engine has an LMS Fowler tender? Anyone spot the issue there?
Because that's all they could manage to get their hands on. Probably his old tender got sold.
Well, you got to think as well because
But is it like proven? Is it?
Well,
is it?
Considering the fact the illustrations are pretty bleeding clear.
Hey, I haven't like checked. I'm not like, oh, that's automatically an LMS tender.
In fairness, I think Gordon would probably better suit a group standard tender.
you also got to remember he was rebuilt by the LMS, wasn't he?
He was rebuilt at. Yeah, he's and I quote, "I had a rebuild at crew."
Yeah, because he was rebuilt by Stanier or something like that, wasn't he?
Yeah, because what was it like? Was it the first or the second Fat Controller? Because he worked as an apprenticeship with Stania.
Also, Stanier owed him one.
And it's like, hey, can you like, hey, when was he like crew rebuilt, Gordon?
36.
39, I think.
Oh come on! We're not doing this again.
What?
God.
It's doing that thing again.
Oh dear.
Okay, should I just like go back to the freight depot, or should I just like stay at the smelters?
If you want to head back to the freight depot.
Right,
Okay.
I'll leave the session and I'll join back in.
Hang on, let me save it.
I'm just
Okay.
recorded. But let's check. No, we need to find.
So I'm still following the river at the moment. God, that's going to be a steep climb.
And then you'll have a very steep climb.
Okay, so I checked right here. So the S1800, you know, like the transportation core locomotives.
Yeah.
None of them were built for standard gauge. They were only meter gauge or.
Well, the Russian gauge is slightly different to standard gauge.
No, these were made for like other countries, so they weren't made for. They were made for like smaller tracks. They weren't made for like standard gauge or Russian gauge.
Okay.
But I gotta say, Russian gauge was pretty fun, kind of.
Russian broad gauge, I think, is 5 foot.
And yeah, it's
Or?
5. Yeah, it's 5 foot. 5 foot and 200 millimeters. But hey, you guys are English, so you don't understand the millimeter thing.
Yeah, we
Well, they
do.
have a better understanding of the millimeter than what Americans do.
I can't argue with that. But anyway,
Let's
so
not
for,
start
like,
insulting different countries.
No, I'm just saying because America still use feet and inches where we do use meters, but
maybe don't they?
again,
Yeah,
it all depends on who you ask.
they still also use Fahrenheit, I believe, is main, or is it just
America
Celsius?
is the only country that I know of that uses Fahrenheit, and I don't know why. It's a lot more difficult to understand.
I don't know, to be honest.
No,
Okay,
because seriously, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 degrees Celsius.
but hey, I gotta say one good thing that Fahrenheit has given us. It's given that good name of that book, though. Fahrenheit 451.
What's that? What's that book about then?
Let me just check. 451. It's basically a dystopian novel from like the 50s,
Okay.
and it's like books are outlawed, okay? And these firemen, yeah, that's in their name, just burn up books.
Okay.
So on the tagline.
Sounds like World War II.
No, it's literally just like, books evil. You burn them. They're
Yeah,
not
So
Sounds
how
like
do you
World War II.
learn?
But also, interesting thing about I found about the Russian gauge.
Go on.
The Russians were pretty smart. Okay, it's okay. It says there it's just widely and incorrectly believed that Imperial Russia chose a gauge broader than standard gauge for military reasons, namely to prevent foreign invaders. Let's check.
I mean,
That-
it's a smart idea, really.
Yeah, no, because that's one of the problems the Germans had when they invaded. The engineers had to, with their logistics, the German engineers had to re-gauge every single inch of track.
No, they either they didn't need to re-gauge off capture engines.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah, because
no, they
You know
they
what the Russians did?
re-gauged.
They blew stuff up.
No, the reason the Germans re-gauged is because it was easier for them to run a train straight from the heart of Germany to the front line,
yeah,
so they wouldn't have to stop and
unload.
unload and reload wagons. Yeah.
What have you done here, Ben? Why is has Betsy's memorial?
I extended
I
it.
don't know what to call it. Yeah.
I
I
extended
mean,
it.
I'm gonna have like the Betsy Memorial, like, agency or something now.
Just
We're
the
gonna have
Bet-
like some type of like fund.
You have the
The
Betsy
Bet-
Memorial. It's a memorial on top of the memorial.
We have the Betsy Fund where we donate to steam locomotives.
It's the memorial train. So what I'm going to
but it's-
do once all the tracks hooked up, I don't know if this is going to be possible or not, but I'm going to run Betsy with that train to every single location.
So I'm gonna take out Lee.
Okay, where are you going with her?
I'm planning here. I'm planning to take, take some of the corded wood wagons up to the smelters so we can get that.
Okay.
Because the smelter needs corded wood.
Okay, do you want to let John know the numbers?
What, the wagons?
Yeah, so you can
I'm
fill in
at
the
the
movement
turn.
sheet. Yeah, once you're hooked up.
Movement sheet? What?
Do you
No,
wanna-
whoa. This is a little bit too modern. We can't.
No, they still had movement sheets back in the day. Do you want to share your screen,
know.
mate? Alex, share your screen. So that the people at home can see it as well.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh, this is gonna be like so bad. Movement.
Yes, we have a
Trees,
movement
so-
sheet.
Those trees over there are so far away they've turned 2D.
What, you could see them flying?
No, they're 2D.
Oh yeah, they
Oh, yeah,
put
the-
in
oh, yeah.
lot distance, didn't they?
I gotta say that's the one thing our forests are mostly famous for: trees that go off like rockets.
Whee!
The rocket forest. I'm gonna call it that now. You can't change my name.
Ben?
Yes, mate.
Watch Alex. What loco is that?
It's Lee, number 4.
Is it short for General Lee?
Yep.
How did I guess?
Let's increase the
Hey,
size of that a little bit.
Well, for me, I believe because, like, named after like Civil War stuff,
Okay, I almost named.
and also after the good car.
Alright, so where are you heading?
Oh my God, why did I nearly become like scared?
He's taking the lead from the freight depot to the smelters.
I'm like so scared. Okay, so I guess the climaxes are pretty sensitive.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the geared locos, you can't go above 50%, like 59% power, otherwise it just wheel slips.
But it just depends on how fast you're going when you do so.
Yeah, if you just jump above it, it'll just wheel slip.
If you're just from a standing start, just whack it wide open, it'll wheel slip like nobody's business.
Wait, I take it, Stu, when you rejoined it, chucked you miles away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Okay, so where is
maybe
everybody?
because I pressed leave before.
I saved.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay, wait a minute. Where's like everybody now at the map? Because
walking back to the mine.
which mine? We have 2.
Iron.
I'm heading north towards south actually, towards the coal mine to try and reconnect, to connect it all up.
So,
And
wait a minute, what is he? Wait a minute, what are you doing, Scottish?
He's the dispatcher.
Oh, okay, I felt like he had the game.
So the current game industries in the game, you start at the freight depot, you've got to go from the logger camp to the sawmill, and then people tend to go from the sawmill to the smelter to the iron ore mine, and then to the coal mine, because you need iron ore from the to go to the smelter, and you need corded wood from the logging camp to the smelter, and then the smelter goes down to the iron works, to the refinery, to the coal field, to the oil field.
Because okay, so you need iron ore from the iron ore mine to the smelter. Then you need to ship it all the way over to the ironworks so they can make like the pipes and tools and stuff.
Yeah, for the refinery. Yeah,
No,
oil
it's like
field. Yeah, it's the oil field, sir. Sorry, yeah. But I have actually laid down the foundations for the southern loop. I just need to connect it up with rails and the yard work.
There we go.
I gotta say, I really like now much better. Like it's easier to switch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cheat.
What are you gonna cheat with?
Well, I need to put handbrakes on first.
Just remember, Alex, to look after your fire and your water level. Because
I don't want to come and rescue you.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to come rescue you.
Just get Rusty. Get it, because that's a reference to your video. It's coming up soon.
Yep.
Also, that's not weather. That's not winter, Ben.
Shut up. Don't give anything away. Don't give anything away.
You won't. Seriously, you've never seen a British winter, have you?
Don't give anything away. You can talk about it after the video airs at 10 o'clock.
If he's gonna whinge, I'll explain to him why it's not a problem.
Which you can do after the video airs at 10 o'clock.
Or how about after it starts?
No.
I'm just gonna be in the chat just arguing about like weather. Wait a minute, has like nobody's like set the line, so it just goes like to the logging camp.
Yeah, it will just go straight to the. No, there's 20 full wagons of corded wood. There's a train ready to go.
Yeah, I know that because right now I'm replacing.
Right, Zaranda asked, does anyone else think they should include weather changes like rain, wind, and snow for the game at a later date?
But yeah, they are gonna add snow plows. That is like.
Yeah, they're adding snow plows, and they're also adding hopefully a day. I think they said they're doing a day-night cycle.
Yeah, because that means the headlights will actually have a use.
Yes.
Also, I gotta say, I like the tiny American locomotives instead of they're too huge for me.
Okay.
Like the standard gauge, because for me they look kind of cute and original. Well,
Okay.
you know, the standard gauge, they look like, I don't know what to call them, a pipe works on wheels.
Okay. There's some American engines I like.
Yeah, I mean, I like, okay, I generally like the 440.
Give
Or
me a
like,
Niagara and I'm happy.
yeah, like, you know, or any of the locomotives from the Great Locomotive Chase. Or Sierra number 3.
Some of like the Baldwin stuff I quite like.
You know Sierra number 3's narrow gauge, right?
Yeah. Henry, no, she's not.
Yes, she
standard.
is.
No, she's standard.
You sure? Because I thought she was 3-foot narrow gauge.
I do know that they're obviously planning some. They've got to be planning another map because they've got 80 locos on the tech tree. 80. So they've got to be planning something
I
big.
thought she was 3 foot. Okay then.
Yeah, because I don't think a 3-foot would like fit the DeLorean, so.
You'd be surprised. I mean,
Yeah,
we've got Model T Fords on 3-foot narrow gauge. Sorry, was it Ford Model T Fords? No, it was I think it was a Lincoln limousine. And if you don't know what I mean by that on 3-foot gauge, look up the Galloping Goose.
I've got a goose at my stat
name.
fold.
Is it like silver?
Yes.
Then
It goes
I know.
honk.
Then I know it.
Yeah, they took a car and stuck it on rails.
There were several geese. I think there was like 8 of them.
We've got one at Statfold, 2-foot gauge, and I hate
Although
it.
yours is more of a
Isn't that
more of
a
a
Land Rover?
replica.
Isn't that a Land Rover?
No, that's our track maintenance vehicle. I still hate the goose.
Does it not go honk?
It goes
Yes.
honk, all right.
I guess Ben is a goosist.
No, I just think it's ugly.
Especially with what you told me about what the owner did with it.
Yeah. Fresh coat of paint and everything. They're putting the sealant on and it goes and wipes oil all over it.
Because it's too clean.
Too clean, yes. Right, let's have a look at my map. Yeah, I'm not far off. One last big bend and then I can start the climb up to the coal mine.
Take a break off.
I was doing good. Darth Vader as a guest appearance, I think.
No, that is just me.
Now bring in the moo.
Right, I'm not able to add the link on the wagon.
No, not
But I'm
again.
pressing the M button.
You need more space.
Do I?
Yes. So you need to reverse.
I want to go space.
You need to reverse out a little bit. There you go. That should be enough now. I would be careful because you might have an invisible link on the truck.
No, we don't have any invisible link.
How do you know?
Because I know it.
I bring in the invisible boy. Oh yeah, invisible boy. Well, this is me clapping with my invisible hands.
I like they have a very.
You need to pin the on the engine as well. There you go.
time for the Corded Wood Express.
Have you told John your numbers?
Oh. 312.
Hang on.
311. Oh god, that's a cursed number.
Why is it cursed?
Because it's about an old dumb movie somebody created.
Okay.
Ooh, spooky. Remember 311, spooky engine that haunts Soto for some reason, even though it's an American. Okay,
I think, is there any decent locos number 311?
Yeah.
318, 317, 320, 319,
Slow down a bit, let him catch up.
330.
He's not a machine!
Are you sure? Oh, I got 506 on me!
Oh dear.
Oh, I got Nick.
Run for your lives.
I got Nick's best friend.
Just check the brakes as well.
Actually, that brings up a point. I'm actually going to check. BR database.
There we go.
311. Is there any decent 311s? Okay, Taft Vale Railway. Later Great Western Railway 311. There's a Greyhound, number 311. LNWR Precursor, number 311, Emperor. Okay, any others? Oh, Jumbo.
Jumbo.
One thing I will say, Alex.
Kelly Jumbo.
Alex, as a warning, when you're going down the trestle into the smelters.
Take it slow.
No, well, yeah, take it slow. But when you go from the trestle onto the concrete, don't brake hard.
Okay, so brake softly.
Yeah, don't just suddenly brake because the trucks will push up against you. And John also didn't get all the cars, so you need to go through the cars again slowly.
Gonna take a little bit of time. So
There was a Huntshire number 311, Peopleshire.
John,
people what now?
John,
311, 318, 7.
I think it's going to be all the numbers between 311 and 320. Because I haven't, they haven't moved since I bought them. So besides re-railing, they've not intermingled with any of the other sets. Okay. But yeah, Alex, when you're going down that trestle into the smelters, just watch that last where it comes off the trestle onto the bricked up, because that's where I tend to have a derailment. So I need to check the gradient there.
Did you bring a box car up with this lot?
There should have been a box car on it.
I have a box car on me. I got towed, so. You have to, can you check for the BR beta database if there's anything with the number 506?
I believe that there is a preserved S15 with that number.
There should be a box car up there, Stu.
Let's see. Precedent and improved precedent. Alexander Cockburn. A3. 506. Was allocated this number but not carried. Royal Lancer. Oh yeah, and I forgot about Butler Henderson. Wolf of Beta not carried that number. There's a J37 with that number. There was a G1.
I know I haven't got a box car. I was saying Stu should have a box car, shouldn't you?
Okay. Also, I'm
That's the
leaving
thing, there isn't one up
freight
here, I
depot
don't think.
now, so I'm telling you that for dispatch.
I've got to reel that.
There we go.
And I'm going into the wrong siding.
Now there's the end of the line.
Right, I'll probably finish shunting and then I'll be going off.
No worries. Stu, did you take a boxcar up with you?
No.
I thought you did.
Like I said, I came up light.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Never mind. No, there's no, the boxcar we took up last stream came back down.
Back down again.
Yeah, came back
How
down.
many boxcars do we have?
10 at the
Too
moment.
many.
How many?
Oh, that's 10-minute countdown to the stream. To the new episode going live.
We've been going on a shopping spree about boxcars.
10 boxcars.
So I've got this big turn, and then I can start the climb to the coal mine. Or do I start it now? What do you think, Stu? Should I start climb up to the up to the mine now, or? Because I'm on, you know, I'm on that last turn before it goes into the flat area. I've got a big mountain in front of me.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think I'm going to start a gentle climb at 2% grade.
I'm going to go and get my dinner.
Alright, mate.
Oh!
I'll be right back in here.
Well, he went somewhere.
No, the word dinner was mentioned.
Oh, what for dinner? What's for?
So I got confused earlier, Stu, when you were talking about boxcars up there, because I thought I'd taken up one up with me, but I hadn't. Or I brought it back down after I've managed to get the 20 cars up there.
Okay, so Ben is just building. You do unloading or
Shunting.
and okay, so shunting and unloading. Because like how much have we like produced at the moment?
41.
Okay, 41. So is it like unit or is it like ton?
It's just a unit.
Okay, so we need to do more mining trains then.
At the moment, yeah. I haven't brought any iron ore down with me yet.
Yeah. So but however, I'll take the preparation like ready for.
Okay.
So we can just like. So I'm just basically dumping the corded wood, you know, so it's like ready, so it's like, you know, ready to produce.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, mate.
So, yeah, so you know, I'm just preparing.
Well, what I'm thinking, right, is we're gonna have 10 wagons moving between the sawmill and the logging camp, and 10 wagons moving between the oil refinery and the freight depot.
Wait a
And
minute,
then,
I just have to follow the sawmill line, right?
yeah,
Because when
No.
somebody just switched it to go to the lumber mill.
no, you want to go. You want to head towards. You want to head right towards the smelter.
Yeah, because somebody hadn't hadn't switched.
Oh, probably Stu when he ran midway up to go get some logs. Because Stu ran after me, ran up towards the logs after I left the sawmill.
Hard and simple work what we're doing here.
I'm gonna move this lot back into the siding.
Okay.
Oh great! I need to move back again because the bloody link is still in.
Oops.
Hate this invisible link bug.
Yeah. They are looking at trying to fix it, last I heard. But it's not very high up on their priorities at the moment.
Well, it should be. It should be a little higher up because it is frustrating.
I know. Especially if you're a guest.
It doesn't happen if you're the host.
I know it doesn't. Most of the glitches at the moment all seem to be client.
Are all client side.
Yeah.
Like missing track.
Yep. I'm gonna actually head back down now. Start laying track. Clearing trees. I'm gonna open up another tab as well, so that
Oh, there's a pretty long train. Wait a minute, okay, I see Trestle Bridge, and this is right before,
No.
look like the first bridge before the...
yeah, this one's fine. It's on the downward slope as you come after you.
Wait a minute, I'm checking like on the right line, because...
Yeah, you're on the right line.
Okay, well, yeah. Oh, I really wish they like added signs in this game like quickly.
I know, mate.
So, you know, instead of like, you know, having to just...
I know the stupid things I'd be doing with it.
What have you been doing?
Well, let's see. I've been naming the... Well, in my server, there are...
Whistle for stew.
No. In my server, there is the... Because we've got two... Because the... Because you go down to the smelter, you go through the smelter, and then you go up a trestle bridge, and then you come to a Y. You go left for the coal mine and right for the iron mine. The iron mine road I've dubbed the high road.
I've dubbed mine the mountain road.
And I think I've dubbed the coal mine road the road to nowhere. And if you know why, well done.
Song reference?
No.
Okay.
Cash Banuka.
Oh.
I think I might take another ibuprofen before I go to bed as well.
How's your foot now, anyway?
Well, I've got a little bit more movement on it.
That's good.
And I can move it in a bit more places without getting as much pain.
That's
and I can
good.
walk a little bit faster, so...
That's good.
What happened?
Yeah, and I'll tell you now, the bruise is definitely coming out.
What happened?
Oh, John's back.
Yeah, if you want to know, for those of you who don't know, on Wednesday, I was coming down the stairs from the top deck of the bus. Bus stopped abruptly as I was coming down the final step, stood on my ankle. And, yeah, you could probably guess what happened after that.
Swollen leg.
Ooh.
Swollen ankle, and oh boy was it painful.
That's the best company was.
And what's even worse is the fact it's the same leg that I fell over and grazed a few weeks ago.
Ooh. F in the chat for Stu.
Yeah, let's get some Fs.
I don't need your sympathy.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to install the.
I don't want your sympathy. Okay, fine. You, no sympathy.
Sorry, I'm all out of sympathy.
Damn the key.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to install.
Sorry, John, you cut out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to install the settle.
Oh, the settle in
What, you playing
Carlisle.
Are you playing TS or what?
Trains.
I presume the switch is also set for my way, or...
It will be, yes, but when you get down to the yard for the smelters, you'll be going up towards the iron ore mine, so you'll have to change that to go into the yard for the smelter.
Hey, Ben?
Yeah?
Just so you know those missing coolers up?
Yeah?
Ones for the 9F camera?
Yeah?
Guess what comes in the settle and...
The Q-Ids for...
Missing Kuwait.
No, the 9F.
Oops.
Yeah. So if I'd known that 9F came with the settle and Carlisle,
You could have asked me.
yeah.
Oh!
I would have downloaded it first.
The countdown for Rusty's Passages has now started, so if you all want to jump over there for the next 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, we only got one F for you.
That is fine.
Really, because I think my axe had more than that.
But I mean, which way am I going now? Is it down? Okay, is it down the steel bridge? Or is it down the
Yeah, you want to go down towards the right.
Okay.
Right, so that's the empties fly shunted into a siding.
Sweet.
We got Ricket.
Or for the Americans, kicked into a siding.
They're in a siding.
It's kind of intriguing. More people are watching. I gotta check if like more people are watching the Chronicles video than this live stream.
15 at the moment on Rusty's Passengers.
Oh come on! I'm getting like 3 people.
Refresh your page then.
Okay, I've just basically turned off the regulator.
Yeah, add a little bit of brake, just not too much because you will derail. Especially when you come off this trestle.
Okay, I got 30%.
Okay, that should be enough.
So, where do you want number 1 after I've finished shunting?
Anywhere out the way.
Oh, this feels like something
Other end of the
straight out-
turntable?
It feels
Yeah,
like
can do.
something straight out of the end of the line, this. Oh, look how much it's spinning!
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
The burger's spinning.
Right,
Oh,
just
no.
this last corner here, just be careful with your braking because this tends to be where you derail.
how like faster or like...
I'd add a bit more braking if I were you. Now, quick. No, too late. Too late. Leave it.
Oh!
As soon as most of the train is off the trestle, then you can add more brake.
Oh, I guess Fern just belled to me. Oh, that legitimately felt like... Whoa, this like... It felt
I'm
something
gonna-
straight out of Unstoppable.
Yeah, it's because I
How many
relayed
hoppers
it.
did you say were up here?
Should be 10. There's a row of 9 and one on its own.
Yeah.
And, okay, yeah, so
So yeah, it's after this set of points you need to change because you're going into the yard.
Oh.
30 watches on my new episode.
Huh?
30
Can you hear
people.
it from me?
No.
Oh. Yeah, because I'm checking out the vid. We gotta check. 30 more people want to watch your video than us talking.
Yeah, because...
I feel kind of insulted.
Because we're boring.
Ah, I guess we're too born for Ben's videos.
Because
No.
it's more popular.
They can speak to us live, and this is what we get. They don't appreciate. No. You hush.
Odd your wish.
I have no probacks, so.
Hey, Ben Trimester X asked, oh, right.
Oh no, not those points. Not those points.
No, because I'm gonna try to.
No,
get
because you just no, don't go right into the yard and then use the shunter.
Heard them grumble when you go past it.
Oh,
Rusty is to pull passengers as well. All engines should be made to feel useful.
he is useful. You're not going into the yard.
Rusty
Yes, I am.
drove away as the others argued.
That set points is wrong.
Drive on. Rusty trundled
Oh,
down
great,
the
it's
track
doing it
to
again.
process the point.
Really? Ah, just leave it now.
Yep.
Should be allowed to pull
great.
passenger trains. I'm just as useful as any of them. Sir Handel was waiting. at the
So just
point.
leave the wagon there.
Hello, Rusty. What's got you in such a mood? Oh, nothing. Just Duncan being his usual self. That narrows it down. What did he say
Just
this time?
scroll, just leave the wagon there.
Useful at pulling work
Who's Vivian?
well when I go past. I haven't heard anyone moan
I don't
about
know.
you. In fact, just the other day, my driver
I
got
guess
back to know where you were.
Bella, I don't know. Bella, Vivian's daughter. I love Thomas and Friends. I watch it every different Thomas and
yes,
Friends show.
we are all famous
Even
engines
yours
after
too.
all, Rusty.
10 Shine 1
If
Productions.
I'm famous,
What?
why can't I
I'm
pull passenger
confused. I
trains?
was just literally gonna like talk out like while watching.
Since I've come to passenger service, shunting for you and the others. I think. Yes, you're right. I don't remember you ever pulled
I'll
a
s-
passenger train. Exactly. Don't get me wrong. I love the maintenance work, but I would love to run at least
I'm
one
gonna call the
passenger train.
lead the mountain goat.
Want me to talk to the thing controller? No, I don't want to cause trouble. I see. I have to go.
Wait a minute,
now.
so like,
See
can
later,
you,
Rusty.
so, you know,
Sir
to the
Handel
3
steamed
people,
off and
which,
saw the thing controller
including me,
outside
just
the
probably
station.
watching the live stream, right?
Hello, sir.
Probably.
Can I have a word?
Yeah, because there are like 4 people.
Sir Handel, is
So like,
everything
what
okay?
inspired you for the
Yes, sir.
Rusty's Passenger
I was
episode?
feeling a little down. What do you mean?
What inspired you?
Constable, passenger
Didn't you
train,
tell me it was
sir.
inspired by,
I see.
by
Well,
something that happened to
unfortunately,
you?
can't put him on
Yeah,
any
it was like
commercial
inspired by
system.
Ben's
The liquid
thing.
makes it
But
Oh yeah, it
what?
was.
Tip one of you guys in steam rinse
What?
too much, I mean.
I'm lost
like-
now.
I see.
Okay, let me just
Could
reword
do
it.
with a new diesel then as well.
Okay, like,
Track by
what
track
event
will
did
work
the,
again.
from Rusty's Passenger inspired you?
I know.
Okay.
I've been
Like,
putting
what
it
event
in the
happened?
series done first.
Well, if you've watched the episode, it's what happened to Duncan. To Duke, sorry.
but- No, what happened in IRL?
Oh.
So what inspired you to write that one?
Because
Yeah.
that actually happened to me. I was guarding it.
That's what I'm
I was.
saying.
Yeah, I know.
Just
Let me.
simply happened to use Stafford.
I wasn't going to say the name of the railway, but yes, I was guarding on a Santa train, and one of our engine's crank pins fell out, so we had to replace it with a diesel.
Because what was it? Fiji? Was it?
Yep.
Two engines really enjoyed
Fiji, a
these
beautiful
days.
little island, I believe.
Rusty was with some workmen on the lift bridge at Lakeside. He'd watched Duke and Scarlo run back and forth. I wish I could pull passenger trains one day. Don't be silly, Rusty. You're much better suited for maintenance jobs.
One thing that's kind of confusing for me is like, why is Duke pulling like a single code? No, like they just like the combined train. It kind of like, I like when things are at odd, like you know.
Why are you
Odd
wondering
number.
why? You just wondering why the brake van's in the middle of the train?
Yeah, well, like Duke is having one coach, like Scarlo he has 2.
No, I
Uh,
can tell you why there's a brake van in the middle of the train.
Yeah, go on.
It's so that the guard has equal distance to see roughly equal distance to see what's going on at either end of the train.
Oh, so like
It's a
if Duke didn't,
safety thing.
okay, so if Duke didn't have the tender, it would be one more coach.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Just then, the guards were
Oh well, what do you expect of me? I don't know anything about it.
got to go again.
No, Stu's about right. So it's the guard is roughly in the middle of the train.
Rusty just sighed.
BR started doing that like
Leaving the station.
mid 50s.
Something on Duke definitely sounded
The Great
right.
Western still had a policy of well, the Great Western areas of BR still had a policy of
Radio pulled out.
brake van at either end of the train. Well, brake vehicle anyway.
Rusty's driver listened intently.
I know Heritage Railways put them in the middle as well.
Depends which railway you're at, because Bow and S do have. Bow and S just go for the one at one end,
Okay.
but more recently they've taken the buffet out and shoved like compartment stock on.
Okay, that's probably a COVID thing.
Yeah, it was a COVID thing. Yeah, no, last time I was at Bowness, I managed to rent like a table for 4 for 20 quid.
Okay.
Sure. He smiled and shook
Decent.
his
We were on the train a bit longer than we were hoping for because
He then picked up the train and smiled.
the bucket set the line side on fire.
Oh, lovely.
Fortunately, it wasn't a farmer's field.
Oh dear.
Oh wait a minute. Oh, that's supposed to be the radio thing in your.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Oh, I legitimately thought it was like glitching.
No, it's the radio.
Oh, I legitimately was like, oh no, is it like what has happened during rendering? Is it like?
Oh, is that one of the things you said about it being staticky and horrible? No, that's the radio.
That wasn't annoying me. No, I
Oh.
didn't. I legitimately thought I was watching. It's like, is this stream messing up?
No, it's the radio.
I did it. I got to pull passengers.
Good job,
And a good
Ben.
job he did too. Just in
Got ya.
Puzzled the Norwegian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard.
You deserve the Victoria Cross for that one.
I think that's a bit excessive.
Okay, what do you want? Gallantry service or whatever?
No,
Galloping sausage.
you could send me some
Yeah.
money.
No, we can send you some sausages and like a one-time use grill.
The next day, Peter Sam came to take over, and Rusty took Duke back to the works.
I know we can send you like a hot dogs in a cup.
Ooh, hot dogs. I haven't had
Yeah,
hot
it
dogs in a while.
I like
You
hot
think
dog.
our poor passengers
Hot dogs
made
are
it?
awesome.
Yeah, only V.
I will speak with the controller. I watched you work hard yesterday. You pulled those trains very, very well.
Oh, there
Because,
we go. Now it's working.
But however, one thing I liked that about Rusty's passengers thing you've done
Yeah.
is like you got inspired by
Surely the
real events.
controller was happy
That's
with Rusty's work.
that's like what I also like, and also nobody really writes
Whole
stories
passengers
about
went from
Rusty.
pain to pain.
Rusty's
Yeah.
kind of forgot.
Extremely
In 64 years, I cannot find any information about Rusty pulling a passenger train. Or his real life basis pulling a passenger train, so...
Midlander has pulled passenger trains. I remember seeing it like once.
By the time they got
Eh.
back to the sheds, he was extremely tired. Did you enjoy pulling passengers, Rusty? But he didn't get to reply. Rusty was deep.
Okay, wait a minute. So also, wait a minute.
Duke smiled and went to sleep too.
Next
They
freaking
didn't
lunch.
notice the two
There they are.
back at the shed.
Shunting almost done.
Ah!
I'm alright.
Oh my god!
I'm alright.
Oh my god!
What?
Red Knight.
check the live stream.
Oh, I thought one of your dogs came in and just gave you a fright.
No, I got launched by a tree.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the Rocket Forest. Look at our exciting areas without developing railway and getting constantly attacked by shooting trees.
And by Henry.
Henry's just like stalking in the woods.
Someone I know, someone from my server, he made an alternate version of each of the characters, like what would some of them be like in an alternate universe. He came up with Thomas is obsessed with fish.
Okay. It's like a weird verse, like the verse counterpart, because
yeah. Thomas is obsessed with fish. James is obsessed with Brasso, and
what?
Henry hates trees. Like
Wait a minute,
Brasso.
What?
Brasso
Brasso.
is it's a product in the UK and the USA for polishing brass.
Okay, because I've never heard of that product, so.
I don't know what it's called in Norway, but I would be very surprised if you didn't have it.
Wait a minute, maybe because we don't have any there's like Brasso, just brass and O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to check.
Yeah, and
no.
then there's Henry who hates trees.
Oh well, you can buy it here in Norway, but probably I haven't just in the the boxes of it probably. So
Okay.
that's the reason why I'm so unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, it doesn't come in boxes; it comes in tins.
Yeah, like probably that's the reason.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's used for polishing brass, and since James has got brass parts on him.
Well, let's check.
Yeah, but and then there's Henry who hates trees.
Lovely.
Wait, what about Gordon?
I can't remember what he did for Gordon, but Henry hates trees that much he smokes them.
Wait, what?
Oh,
And he has a wood chippings drug empire.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's a weird one.
but I just feel like, you know, there's like, what was it like in Star Trek? It was like in the early where like the evil, the mirror thing. They just had like bed.
Oh,
like
the
a
mirror
Spock-
universe.
Yeah, where like evil Spock had a bed or like a goatee.
That started actually a major trope in sci-fi, having a mirror, like an alternative universe. In Transformers, it's called Shattered Glass, or something
And
like
in
that.
Crash Bandicoot, it's the 10th dimension.
Yeah, that's actually started a major, major trope in sci-fi, having an alternative universe.
So probably the first time in this stream we mentioned Star Trek.
And the second time we've mentioned Cash Banuka.
I might start.
For the next time.
I might
for the
start a
next
bingo
episode-
card for the next stream.
Can we just have for the the next time in the description? Can you say Alexander comes late again? Because that's that's practically become a trope in this.
Yeah, I can do.
Because if you wanted a reason, because I'm watching TV with my dad and we're like watching some shows.
That's fine,
So
mate.
that's
Don't worry
reason.
about it. Family first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
family.
like Alexander.
Whereas I think I'm the only one home. Oh wait, no.
For me,
Yeah,
it
I'm not the only one home at the moment.
No, I'm not.
Why, I take it your missus is home then, Ben?
Yeah.
Just watching TV?
I sat in the other room, watching something, probably on a tablet or phone.
Fair enough.
Yes.
There's hardly anything decent on TV these days.
To be all honest with you, I don't actually have a TV service downstairs anymore.
Just Kunsel telly.
Also interesting that you
No, I
mentioned
don't. I'm not even.
right
I'm not even hooked up to Freeview or cable.
So you just have a DVD player.
I've got
Ben,
my old
you got your
Xbox. Yeah,
TV license.
That works.
I've got a TV license. Yeah, but again, I just don't watch TV. I watch all the streaming services.
Because right here in Norway, we are in Norway we're having like some problems due to like one of the TV, or like one of the. Let me just check how. Okay, like television channels are like having, like you know they're arguing about licenses with another thing, so we can't like watch those channels owned by the channel like channel company.
Interesting.
And it's like most of like the popular because me and my dad watch something called Lego Masters, which you know they get like these people you know are pretty good at Lego and like they have where they you know build stuff and there's like this brick master who's like you know intrigued by their techniques.
Yeah.
And he tells like you know like if they win 500,000 Norwegian kroners and you know and very like money so they can buy or like enough things like from this like toy store in Norway.
500,000 Norwegian kroner. That because about 100 kroner is about like 10 quid, I think.
How much?
Actually, here's a question. Right, because how many Norwegian kroner did you say?
500,000.
500,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Alexa, 500,000 Norwegian kroner to UK pounds.
500,000 Norwegian kroner, 42,171 14 pence.
So about 42,000 quid.
That's not bad. That.
Because I guess your version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is not inflation adjusted.
I don't know.
Because based on that logic, a million kroner for you would be roughly about £84,000 here.
Because like what my dad is saying, like you know, Schwimmwagen.
No.
That like
No.
costs okay, no, because my dad says sometimes I like here no way. Schwimmwagens cost 1 million kroners. Like a working Schwimmwagen, you know, with.
What's a Schwimmwagen?
You disappoint me, Ben. Stu, you know what a Schwimmwagen is.
No.
You know, okay, you know the Kubelwagen.
You want about a car?
Yeah. Okay, you know, like the German Army VW,
Yes.
and you know it's amphibious.
Yes.
Cousin. Yeah, that's what what's it cost like in Norway? 1 million kroners.
Okay.
Krona is basically a crown for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah. Teachings with Ben. We're gonna get like a.
You gotta remember, me and Stu are
Well,
uncultured British
it's not
swines.
that, it's the fact that I know a Danish person.
Ah yes, the Danish. Even we can't understand them.
You can understand them a little, but not
Yeah,
that much.
yeah, but like we joke constantly, like they got always something in their mouths when they speak,
Okay.
and like constantly we have like jokes here, like between like Scandinavia, where like we have like always a Norwegian, a Swedish, and a Danish. Like depends. Like here's like the Norwegian here in Norway, the Swedish one is the dumb one. The Danish is a little bit smarter, maybe I believe, and the Norwegian one is the smartest. And like that's how the jokes are sometimes.
Okay. We have something
So
similar in the UK.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, just any. It's all pick and mix, really.
Well, like between like counties.
Then
Or,
again,
like...
I don't know if you've seen this map, Ben, but it was a map of countries that like to take the mick out of other countries. For some reason, Bulgaria likes to take the mick out of Scotland a lot, and I don't know why.
I don't know, do like Bulgarians dislike Scotland?
I don't know.
What's
I think
like
I think I have a suspicion why now that I come to think of it.
It's because of you.
I think we beat them at football in 2006, and they're really salty about it.
Oh, I thought like.
No, the reason I say that is because Scotland actually won an international trophy within the last 20 years. We got invited to a tournament in Japan, but it was between Japan, Scotland, and Bulgaria, and Scotland won it.
Okay.
So in the last 20 years, Scotland's actually won a trophy in football, and England haven't.
Hey!
Oh. Oh, that was a hard burn for. Oh.
I'm sorry, Ben, but you have no idea how much I wasn't wanting England to win the Euros.
Oh yeah, me as well. Because
Do you know why I
No.
wanted them to lose?
Go on.
Because if they'd won, we wouldn't have heard the end of it.
yeah, that's true. And I'm constantly saying it's coming home or whatever.
I'm
I'll give you
sick.
that one.
I'm honestly sick of England. Every single time there's a tournament on, England are like, it's coming home, it's coming home. You failed to qualify for 2 World Cups in the 70s, and Scotland qualified for them.
You're talking to the
also-
guy that hates football, so go for it.
Ben, I'm genuinely serious.
Yeah? You're talking to the guy...
1978.
You're
England
talking-
failed to qualify for those World Cups, and Scotland got in.
Lovely.
Okay, I'm shunting at 506 out of the way.
Okay.
But I could definitely tell you one sport that Scotland's better at, rather than their football, and that's
Is it the-
rugby.
Oh wait, I was gonna say no. I'm thinking of some other sport. Because there is like a sport, I don't know. It's like in some town where they have like this ball and there's like money in it, and they basically fight over this ball in like a town.
I thought that was in England somewhere.
Yeah, I think it is. And also, I'm thinking of something called like they have like this wheel or cheese wheel, I believe.
Oh, the cheese wheel, yeah.
Yeah, the cheese wheel run or whatever it's called.
Yeah. That's a bunch of crazies right there.
I mean, would you participate in that, Ben?
No.
No.
Why not? Wasn't nothing.
People have broken their arms doing that.
Yeah, we don't want to break bones.
Well, apparently
At least
someone
you did
does.
it
'Cause
for cheese.
I don't like cheese.
We're not Wallace.
Do you think Wallace would have done that?
Not even Wensleydale.
After he's broken his bones, he's just like said, "Oh, this is not Wensleydale."
Right, and I'm gonna move number 1 over to the other side of the turntable just for storage reasons.
Number 1.
Puffer.
Puffer.
Oh wait, wait, I thought Betsy was a number 1.
No, we got a new number 1.
Can we just have Puffer just saying, "I have the high ground"?
No, Betsy has the high ground.
Well, Puffer does have the high ground.
Oh yeah,
Is that
she's
the
in the
iron
iron ore
mine?
mine.
Right, Ben, could you perform a save right now, please?
Oh, wait a minute.
One moment.
Who's joined us? Okay, I'm just waiting while you're saving, so I'm just waiting at the moment, so once you're saved, I'll be coupling up on the corded wood wagons.
Save complete.
Thank you. That means we can see and go to bed. Well, take tablets. Right. I shall see you lot later.
What do you mean tomorrow? Because...
Well, no. Later is later, and I don't care, so bye-bye.
Good night.
Okay, bye-bye. And now I have to unconnect from Lee. I think right now, it's much easier to for me, to connect. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? It's much easier to connect to the wagons instead of the before.
Yeah.
Where I've been trying multiple times.
Yeah,
Now
the
it's,
updates have fixed a lot.
Yeah, this feels much better. Also, I hope we can get a shed soon or something. But I understand fixing the game first is more important than adding stuff to the game.
Yes.
And I've connected to the corded wood wagons.
Hey.
All of them. So just get this done here first. I was gonna say other characters, because I was gonna question you that. How are you gonna have Fearless Freddy?
Well, if the Fearless Freddy model comes out,
Yeah, you're gonna have it.
Yeah.
We're gonna use it.
pretty much.
So
Until
if there's a good model, you're gonna use it.
yeah, if it's the right gauge.
So yeah.
If I could justify having that character in the show.
Yeah, you're never gonna add the logging twins. We all know that.
They are in.
What?
They do exist.
Oh my god! Oh no! Does it mean the island exists as well?
No.
Oh, thank God. Oh no, more hill. Oh no, I'm gonna get country hicks. Whatever. What's the British version of hillbillies?
Don't know, to be honest.
Also, how would they make sense? Because is there a lot of logging industry in the UK?
Museum. Private import. That's the
But
plan.
from where? They gotta work somewhere.
No. Private collection.
No, before they got bought in.
No,
what I'm saying.
that's what they got bought in for. The museum. They were
Okay,
bought
so they
by the
worked-
museum.
Okay, so they worked in America before, or...
Yes.
Mm.
Hi, sorry, I'm just listening.
Who's this? Who's this? Oh, it's Ames. Hello, Ames.
What do you mean, who's this? You should recognise this voice.
It caught me off guard. Sorry.
So I'm just being nosy after, I came home today instead of tomorrow, so I'm
Yeah,
bored.
I've seen your statuses about the railways.
Oh yeah, bollocks to that.
Language, please.
Oh.
Sorry,
Whoa, whoa.
I'm live streaming on YouTube, so language rules.
Oh, we need to slow down. Whoops.
What have you done?
Hi everyone, apologies for my language.
Guess Puffer's a little bit too powerful for me.
That's Fern.
Fern or whatever, one of them. They all look the same. They literally just have no different colorations. Okay. They all
Oh,
look the same.
Alex. You know how to cause
What,
trouble,
so-
don't you?
Yeah, because like 2 wagons derailed. But I'm re-railing them.
Well, there's only limited space, so you need to only shunt like 2 or 3 wagons in at a time. Right, let's see if I can actually get this bridge across now. Damn it.
You joined us now.
Who said hello? Oh, Scottish is back. Sorry, he's restarted his laptop.
Yeah. Who is Queen Zenobia?
That's my friend Ames. She's a good friend of mine.
Hello.
Hello.
Just gonna have to do it like this now.
I'm weird. I'm now like weirdly teleporting between wagons.
Oh yay, server issues.
Where am I? The Flash? No.
No, you're not. Why does it do this to me? So where were you today?
Building, Ben?
Say again?
Sorry. I can't see your stream, but obviously, are you building something?
Yeah, I'm building a railway and
Ooh,
bridges,
right.
Railroads Online.
and it's not going well. Where were you today then, Ames, anyway?
Huh?
Where were you going on the train today that's caused you so much pain and suffering?
Oh, I went to Worcester,
Oh yeah?
and obviously, trains just being trains, so
Oh
I
dear.
just enjoy.
Oh dear.
And it makes sense. I mean, anybody travelling via rail Christmas time.
Well, there is that one as well.
Yeah. I highly don't recommend it, but I mean, I keep forgiving it enough to go back.
Okay, I'm just placing the derailed like 2 wagons on the trestle bridge. Oh.
Right.
Careful then, because they might roll
Yeah,
down.
I put brakes on them.
Okay.
On like the first wagon.
Okay.
So right now I just gotta collect the wagons, connect up to them, blah blah blah. Boop. Put, get some work on the shanty.
Right then. You're almost
Wow, it's
there.
getting views already.
Yeah, Ames, I've become a little addicted to a game recently, so I've just been constantly streaming it every weekend that I can.
That's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's a great little community project, to be honest.
Is it just your own railway design or something else?
So basically, the game is called Railroads Online, and they give you a blank map and a little engine and a wagon to start off with.
No, that doesn't give you like a blank map, but they give you a map.
Well, yeah,
With,
I say.
like industries.
Yeah, there's preset industries, and then there's trees and mountains and valleys and rivers, and you've got to go around and connect up all of the different industries with the railway.
Oh,
That's exactly how it goes.
Yes, and earn money at the same time.
You've got to be kidding me.
What?
Halo's not
Oh dear.
So, at this rate,
Probably
I'm
age myself badly, but is it a bit like Railroad Tycoon kind
Yeah, but more first person.
of?
Yeah.
And a bit more in depth.
So,
Oh,
right out of Steam.
Ben,
What?
I've checked out. We have a problem with the loading.
Oh,
thing
have I
for-
put it too close?
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
bubba. Okay. If you want to redo the track there, then feel free.
Yeah.
I hadn't realised I'd done that. Oops.
Are you in the same game?
Yeah, yeah. I'm hosting it, and Alex is helping me out.
Ooh.
So it's a multiplayer game. You can have up to 64 people playing it.
Oh wow.
I'm the dispatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like the dispatcher from Theatre Tugboat.
Yeah, John doesn't have the game, so he comes in and he deals with the movement sheet, spreadsheet that I've got set up.
Yeah. Plus, we've also named a lot of our locos
Yep.
after characters, mountains, even fictional mountains.
Yep.
And people from Greek mythology.
And islands.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Ben,
Yes.
if you're going for Greek mythology, it's not Hercules, it's Heracles.
That's not why I called him Hercules.
Oh, look, it's Hercules.
Yeah, but in terms of Greek mythology, it's Heracles.
Ah, okay. That's not the Hercules I called him after, but fair enough.
Yeah.
It's Hercules from Tugs.
I still haven't watched that series, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, have you
boo.
watched it now?
I still haven't watched it.
You need to watch it.
Ben's just going to get more and more salty until I watch it.
Yes, I am.
He just becomes the next freaking Pacific Ocean.
Blasted trees.
Alex, are you stuck?
Yeah. Should I just like delete to demolish this wagon?
Go on then. I can always buy another one. I had to do that the other day. Try re-railing. Does re-railing work?
No, because I'm stuck.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to delete it then.
No, oh wait.
He's out, he's
Done.
out.
Hey!
I've got the power of God. Or idiocy.
I'm gonna go with idiocy.
Same.
Okay, come on, oh yeah, I made a clever joke calling you Ebenezer. I just put one more N. Okay, I'm just gonna re-rail wagons because it's like less tedious. And to
Yeah, fine.
because for me I say it's very important. I'll just putting the okay, so good thing the Lee has been working as a makeshift stopper.
Buffer stop.
Yeah.
It should be coming into the coal mine soon. And once there, I think I'm gonna call it a night because I'm getting a headache.
Or are you becoming sleepy? Could be both.
All that. Hey, there it is. There's the coal mine.
Yay, we made it to the coal mine.
Oh, now I get it.
What?
I had to start the game, like, go into the select route.
Ah.
Yeah, so I am a big idiot for not realizing that sooner. And I am already an idiot.
Nah. Funny enough, Zoranda says idiocy is usually the right answer 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah. But hey, focus on the bright side. I'll finally be able to try this in 9F. I'll be
Yay.
able to see a very beautiful part of England.
Depends on which version of the Seto Carlisle you've got, because the one I've got is a very old version of it. So.
I've got the
Oh god, I've still got layer track work. Oh, my head.
I think this one might actually include the is it Ribblehead or Riverhead?
Ribble.
Ribblehead.
But
Yeah,
the
I think
what
this,
now?
The Ribblehead Viaduct.
yeah, I think this one might include it.
Okay.
Because if I recall correctly, this is actually the original. Like I remember watching Lost Railway, Scotland and North Wales,
Right.
and it made mention of this line. Dent is included in it.
Ah,
So
okay.
I think that the Hawes Junction route is actually just straight up a smaller version of this route, which would explain the 6 mile branch line.
Fair enough.
I'm going to continue downloading it in the background,
Okay.
and I'm going to scroll down to the hybrid iOS beta 6 and see what it looks like.
It's alright.
Because I'm thinking if I do Railway Series Railway Series TVS adaptations like a close shave,
Yeah.
or like I might just use that as the standard extension route.
Okay. You cut out a little bit. You got a bit glitchy, so I didn't quite catch all of that.
Yeah. Instead of using the standard Kelsor extension route, I'm going to use the hybrid iOS route for Railway Series adaptations.
Ah,
with
right, okay.
TVS models.
Ah, bugger.
Besides, they actually look pretty nice. The TVS models, like the models.
Okay,
Because
so
like, those are essentially what I grew up with. My grandmother had a VCR.
Yeah, I much prefer the models.
I have the Railway Series, actually. I only have up to Scottish Twins.
Okay. I much prefer the models, the TVS stuff personally.
But I grew up with I grew up with the models as well, so pretty much everybody, I'm pretty sure most people from, I'm gonna say from born in the 2000s, like 90s and 2000s, where were born with the model series, or like if they watched it.
Yeah, like I said, my grandmother, she had a VCR, and
Damn,
that
VCR.
was how I came to know really of Thomas and Friends. Like, the Railway series, it didn't make much sense to me, but I absolutely loved the TV series. Because it was just so...
Ah.
music was catchy, I find.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things for me, was the music.
Like, it was just so catchy. Like, Thomas's scene, Duck's scene, Toby's scene, etc. And at one point when I was a kid, red was actually my favorite color, then it changed to blue, and it's never changed since.
Nope, red's still my favourite.
And also good news, we are now 40 out of 100 in the corded wood for the smelters.
Yay!
Yay! So, because I'll take care of the shunting of like the empty corded wood wagons another time.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be coming off in a minute because I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah, but hey, I'm just gonna look at my proud work.
Okay.
And also one thing I fixed, that we have enough space for corded wood wagons.
Cheers, man. I appreciate that one.
Yeah.
But I think also for the iron ore wagons.
Well, why don't you just push one of those wagons down quickly and find out?
we don't. No, I mean like if we should have like brought it a little bit closer with the iron ore loading, because it kind of looks a little bit too far from the loading, or like
Okay.
unloading. Because I wonder how the heck is that gonna work?
What?
Gonna get like a guy with a shovel and just like dump the iron ore, because there's like it's supposed to be like a pile of iron ore once it's.
It just floats out and dumps itself in
We're using
big
the power of
bricks.
telekinesis.
Yeah. But don't worry about it. I'm just running these rails down and then I'm going to be coming off.
But I wonder, like, is corded wood better to use than coal, or is it just because like a game mechanic, so you don't have to always build a line?
It's
Is it just gameplay, or is it like?
Oh, the
historical
reason
factor?
it's historically accurate. For some reason, the Americas decided they wanted to run their trains on wood. Probably.
No, I mean like the corded wood part. We're like on the smelters because we're delivering corded wood wagons.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I know they use wood, because if we have like examples of what's the name of that locomotive where like with 119 named after a planet. I gotta check. Yeah, got it on my tongue, can't remember. Oh, with Jupiter.
Yeah, Jupiter.
Where they have like wood, because oh yeah, I hope like once they have time like when they got like more locomotives, right?
Yeah.
I hope they're gonna add like famous American locomotives.
As long as it's 3 foot, then yes.
I was gonna say like John Bull, but that's standard, I believe.
They're only doing the American 3 foot, unfortunately.
Only 3 foot gauge.
Only 3 foot gauge.
I mean, you could do the Telephone Railway, technically.
Well, they're saying they're going to be adding workshop support. So if people on the workshop want those sort of things, like standard gauge or 2 foot gauge, then they can add it themselves.
Yeah, because for me, I see like a large potential, and them having the Rio Grande locomotives, because they are 3 foot gauge.
They've got 80 locomotives on their.
It's free cash and content. Great.
Well, I mean the Rio Grande, I like those locomotives.
No, actually, I'm going to call it a night now. What time is it on? Almost 11 o'clock. Sod it.
Yep.
Right, saving.
But hey, I gotta say I'm proud of myself that I.
Good.
With the corded wood train.
Anyway, good night, everyone.
Good
Thank you
night.
for tuning in on the stream, and I will see you next time.
And see you guys for the next wacky stream of our weird shenanigans.
Yep. Good night, all.